Yo, hold on. Let me make sure we go on YouTube. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. How do I watch this shit on YouTube? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I'm trying to figure this shit out. Yeah. It's looking decent. It's looking decent. It's looking decent. But what's going on? They say he back. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. We got a few people in here. We got a few people in here. We gotta. And then I'm going off. So what you guys been on, man? Long time no see, yup. It's definitely been a minute. It's definitely been a minute. I'm just trying to get this shit to where I can see the comments. I'm just trying to see the comments better, you know? Yeah, maximize it, man. I don't know how to get this shit to be better, so. I don't know. How does this look? It's okay? Yeah, I'm gonna run it like this, honestly. All right, let's see what y'all talking about. RECCA, bro. Yo, I just been getting no hugs like usual. Hey, nothing too crazy. So of course this is a Q&A. So whatever y'all want to talk about, I'm gonna give it till it's 9:45 right now. I'm gonna give it to about 10 o'clock. I'm gonna give it to about 10 o'clock. And then we're gonna get started. So hold off your questions for now. You know what I mean? But we'll get started in like 15 minutes. So whatever questions you really want me to get into, he said rec. And yeah, the videos and stuff are coming right back, guys. You know, the videos will be back, but right now niggas are just in a different state of mind. No, we definitely no. 15 minutes is long. I'm gonna get into the Q&A part, but we could keep talking. But we're gonna get into the actual Q&A once we feel like we have enough people in the building. You know what I mean? Thoughts on clavicular. What happened again with that situation? I'll get into that when we get started. But like, what happened to get in that situation? Because I remember something happened. He's a influencer or something, right? I think I saw Lucario do a video on him recently, like last week or something. Something went down. Let's see what y'all are talking about. I started watching you mid 2025, and you were my top 5. I appreciate it. Definitely appreciate that. Definitely. I watched all your vids, bro. Appreciate it. I've watched all my vids. You know what I mean? I'm not even just talking about making. I've watched all the shit. So, hold on. This is what we about to do. This is just getting a little too annoying for me. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, so we're gonna figure something out right here. I think that should be good. You guys tell me what you think of how it's sitting. Cloud is an industry plant, probably. A lot of these guys are industry plants. I Show Speed is an industry plant. If you ever ask yourself, like, yo, who the fuck would want to sit here and watch this nigga for 5 hours? Industry plant. Promise. It's facts. But yeah, guys. So just like little update shit with me and shit. Moved to a new crib and all of that. Had to get out the old crib. And, you know, I was thinking about it. The whole what RECCA. Basically, the entire what RECCA thinks basically originated in that spot. You know what I mean? Actually, that's not true. It was the other spot. It was the other spot. Like the video, part 1 of the most important video about your height. The first one that I did, that one was in 2 cribs ago. But basically everything that you guys have been watching, like when I was doing the videos with the bucket hat on, you know what I mean? With the shades, like 2023, like 3 years ago, basically. And some of you guys found me around that time. But those videos are everything from that time period in 2023 up until the video that y'all got from me a few weeks ago when I came back with the new setup and everything. That video was the first video I recorded in the new crib. So to anybody that cares, would you get married? Hell no. Hell no. A relationship is already slavery enough to me in my mind. I already find slavery in a relationship. Imagine sealing it down with the government. So no marriage. My favorite vid is why women must cheat on ugly and average men. Yeah, I'm gonna go watch that video back. Real bliss record. First video I watched was when you said white girls look at black guys as monkeys. Basically, remember what I was saying on that note. It's not that every white girl or every non-black girl looks at every non-black man as a monkey. It's just that you're gonna have to be such a elite level of male genetic that it bypasses racism and shit like that, and it bypasses the stereotypes and shit. So my Tyrone friend that I talk about often, he kind of bypasses a lot of that. He kind of has the Mandingo type of thing, you know what I mean? He kind of goes into that, like that tall, dark fantasy that a lot of women have of getting drilled down by some dark, sweaty dude with an athletic body. He has exactly that prototype. You understand? So that bypasses the reason why a white girl or something would want to fuck with. Or really and truly, to be honest with you guys, we could look past all this race shit or whatever. At the end of the day, bro, see, even the race conversation, at the end of the day, that's just another way of dancing around the reality. And we all know what the reality is. If you've been on the channel long enough, you know what the reality is. What is the reality? Type it in the comments. I want to see how many of y'all know the real reason why a white girl would be fucking with a black dude. Because it's not even about the race. At the end of the day, what is the reason why somebody wouldn't want to fuck with somebody? Or why they would? Write in the comment section. A few more minutes and we're gonna actually get started for real. I'm 20 and in college, and I get no huz. Any advice? I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. That's actually like regular. That's actually regular. That's to be expected. That's to be expected. That's to be expected. You know, like the average guy, the average guy is gonna struggle in college. If you're not like for all my American guys that are watching this, if you're not in a fraternity, if you don't have extremely good looks, if you don't have clout, if you're not an athlete, you're pretty much gonna struggle. And even having these things, a lot of times, a lot of guys just struggle just because, you know, like a lot of girls that are 20, 21, 22, 23, a lot of the dudes that they are really getting dicked down by are like 27, 28, 29, sometimes older than that. A lot of times older than that. So a lot of times the girls your age when you 19, 20, 21, a lot of these girls are just, it kind of goes back to the whole high school thing. It kind of goes back to the whole high school thing where guys complain about how, and I don't know if this is a black community thing mainly or just in general, but you know, guys complaining about, you know, when we were 16, you know, our girls were getting picked up by 20-year-olds in cars. And it's basically the same shit when you 20. That doesn't change. The average guy when you 21, 22, only like 5% of guys are going to be the guys in college that's able to just walk around, meet women, and fuck the shit out of them. That's like 5%, 10% tops. The average fucking guy in college is gonna go to college and just be like like Nemo in the ocean, basically. And Nemo has it better than you. You understand? Because Nemo found his way. You not finding your fucking way. Unless you get a random glow up or something like that, you will stay the exact fucking same for the rest of your fucking life. So being 20, you not getting no hoes, it just tells me that you're average. You could be chopped, but it tells me that you're average. But don't worry, the average got 90% of guys at that age go through exactly what you go through. And they kind of just stumble around and stumble on a girl here and there. Every 2 years, you stumble on some ass. You know what I mean? That's just what it is. Okay, I guess we already started. So, what's up, RECCA? Been waiting forever for new vids. Been rewatching all of your stuff. Thank you, bro. The vids are coming right back. I know I've been saying that and I gave y'all a vid, but trust me, the vids are coming back. The vids are coming back. Trust me. Facts. Sweaty dude. Um, what he said. He said, "Do you think looks maxing? Looks maxing is super cool. Looks maxing is actually extreme cool. Like just me knowing what I know about the world. something that a lot of guys on YouTube, well, a lot of us talk about. Lucario and them talk about it a lot in the form of game. Jack and Stack has talked about it. I talk about it. And it's like, at the end of the day, yo, my short term memory is so bad. I literally already blanked out on what I was trying to say. Let me reread the question. Yeah. At the end of the day, the reason why we try to tell you guys that, the reason why I talk about the burning desire, the reason why I talk about shit like that, right, is because once you start fucking a lot of girls, whatever, once you basically have arrived when it comes to dealing with females, whatever, and you're fucking a lot of girls, and only certain guys come to this conclusion because only certain guys pull this off. You understand? Being able to sleep with, like, or reflect on 30, 40, 50 bitches that you slept with last year, there comes a point where you need more than just pussy out of a female. Like, pussy, you need more. You understand? And so you start to realize that it's not just about getting pussy. This is why I don't like when guys come on my fucking channel, or when I hear guys trying to glorify paying for pussy and shit. Because what you realize after you get through the pussy and that wears off. See, a lot of you guys right now are in this fantasy of ass. You watch porno, you jack off, and you just think about that juicy ass just bent over and you fucking it, and it's a fantasy because you're not getting it. But once you start getting it on a consistent basis, you realize I don't just want ass. You want ass from girls that actually fuck with you and like you and are attracted to you for real. That's why don't come on my fucking channel. From now on, any guy that come on my channel commenting that, oh, just pay for it, bro. Just pay for it. Pay for it. That's why you just pay for it. Any of that, you're immediately blocked off a commenter on the channel, just automatically. I don't promote that because I promote for guys to deal with bitch. This is why I tell you guys don't go on dates. This is why I tell you guys get bitches to just come over. You go over to them and you fuck. Now, there'll come a time after she's spent time doing that where you say, you know, something like we could go out now. After months, couple months, 2, 3, 4, 5 months of you fucking at, okay. This is why I say it. Because this is what it's about. It's about fucking with girls that actually fuck with you. Now, onto the question of looks maxing being cope. Looks maxing is not gonna get you that. I can promise you, looks maxing will never get you that. Looks maxing will never, ever take you from being a guy that, because at the end of the day, there's a hierarchy and you sit somewhere in the hierarchy. So if you are basically any guy been on the hierarchy beneath the guy that consistently gets burning desire, genuine desire, whatever you want to call it, you know, and true attraction and true interest, true admiration consistently from females that he desires, any guy below that guy on the hierarchy, basically you're gonna be dealing with a lot of females that, like, every now and then you might get a girl that actually like you, but damn near all the females you deal with aren't gonna truly like you. They might be attracted to you enough to sleep with you, but they're not gonna really, really admire and fuck with you like that. Looks maxing is not gonna fix you. And that's why I say it's cope. That's why I say only genetics is gonna get you that on that level of the hierarchy. So don't even bother looks maxing. Chances are you already dress, groom, and all of that. The best that you, chances are you are doing a good job, or you're doing enough that if you were supposed to be getting women, you'd be getting them. So looks maxing is most definitely cope. And I don't, unless you're that bad. You understand? Yeah, I've said this before. Listen, listen. Let me just say, somewhere in the world, I have said this before, right? Somewhere in the world is a Chinese guy with a dick bigger than mine. Do not go and create a parlay. Do My bad, guys. My bad. My bad. Got a phone call and shit, but um, yeah. So somewhere in the world, there's a dude named Ling Chao somewhere in China somewhere with a longer, thicker dick than what I have in my fucking ass. But I wouldn't bet. Trust me. Do not go and bet your money that the next Chinese guy that you see has that. I promise you. Don't trust me. Don't bet it. Don't bet it. Don't bet it. Keep your money to yourself. You understand? So with that being said, we know that anything is possible in the world. So yeah, you might find a guy somewhere that's like a 10 out of 10 Chad genetically, but he dresses like shit. He stays in the basement. He just looks terrible grooming wise. And then when you clean him up, all of a sudden okay, obviously that exists. But the reality is the average person is doing what they need to do to put them their bet at least a decent foot forward that they should get reciprocation from the opposite sex. And if it's not happening, it's because you're not attractive enough genetically. And that's what I'm gonna preach to the death of me. I'll never stop preaching that. I don't care how old I get. I don't care. I've been seeing it in basically my whole life, and nothing will ever change my mind on that. Nothing will change my mind ever. So that's my answer to that, bro. Looks maxing is 1,000% cool. Looks maxing is definitely cool. So, but you could go looks max if you want, because if you're gonna do looks maxing just because you want to see yourself better, so I'm not telling you don't looks max. What I'm telling you is looks maxing with the sole intent that it's supposed to make you, it's supposed to skyrocket. Like you're supposed to wake up one day and be in a totally different, level in the hierarchy is nah. You pretty much gonna find yourself being the same. You know what I mean? So now looks maxing when you're like a teenager or something like that. That's almost like what people have been doing since the beginning of time. Like looks maxing as a teenager would be like finding yourself in a way or just having that natural teenage glow up. But that's not necessarily looks maxing. But for all of you guys that are past the age of fucking 19 years old, 18, 19 years old, I mean, it is what it is, bro. It really is what it is. Reality, bones, hell, genuine desire, nothing to get out of it. Centuries of indoctrination of Jim Crow laws and slavery. What about the alternate fear, getting ugly hugs? Well, for me personally, I'll never deal with no girl that I think is ugly. I've been catfished before, and do you think that I fucked the bitch just to get pussy? No, I got the bitch, or I got the fuck out of there. So, but everybody has a different philosophy. Some people, some guys, as long as pussy is there, they're all over it. Some guys, that's how some niggas are just that's how mans are built. As long as pussy, this is why like a lot of hood niggas and stuff, they love trains and all of that. Because as long as pussy is there, they don't care nothing about no genuine desire or nothing. So I've learned over the years that sometimes a vagina is just a hole. So for some guys, a vagina is just a hole and just the experience of a bitch being bent over. I don't care how I get it. It makes sense now. It makes sense. All the essays, stuff that goes on, and it makes sense. I didn't get it before, but now I do. Imperialism. Okay, I don't even know what you're talking about now. What makes a woman masculine versus feminine? Um, her attraction level to me. How attracted she is to me. There's my answer to that. If y'all want me to elaborate, I will, but I think you understand what I'm trying to say. Why are people more racist? Is it projection? Some of it is upbringing. Remember, a lot of people say that they never even knew what racism was until a lot of white people who grew up racist, like a lot like older people who grew up in like racist Southern American towns in like the 1920s or some shit. Yeah, there's interviews you can see of this. A lot of them, like the white people who are not racist, or the white people who might have said that they were racist but then they changed. A lot of them will say how they didn't necessarily think initially that there was something wrong until, like, I have a YouTube friend back when I used to do the anime channel, right? Made a friend with a guy. He had a channel. He was bigger than he was actually one of the guys on YouTube in the early days of YouTube, like 2010. So I was watching him for years, and then when I started doing videos, me and him connected because he loved my videos, which was crazy how things come full circle sometimes. Like sometimes you'll be a fan of something that somebody do, and then next thing you know, you meet the person or they start fucking with what you do. I've had that so many times, especially when I was doing music. But that's a different conversation. But um around COVID time, if you guys remember, there was also the Blackout Tuesday shit. There was also, was it George Floyd around COVID time? One of those guys died by the police, and there was all the police brutality, riots going on and stuff. So he put out a video, a talking video about, he was a white guy, right? A conservative white guy from Virginia. And he put out a video talking about his dad. Now he's says he's not racist. I believe him. But he was talking about how he grew up with a racist dad. And he said he understands why all of his peers and basically everybody in his community was racist, because they're literally growing up generationally raised to hate. You understand? He said he brought home a black girl, where his first experience, he didn't even know that there was an issue until he brought home a black friend from school, like in the third grade or something. And his dad was like, yo, he can't come over anymore. And he's like, oh, why that? And he said, because he's a nigger. You know what I mean? And say he's bad, and he doesn't even know it yet, but he's gonna be bad and blah blah and all that. You know, you guys already know, right? And then he said later on, when he was a teenager, he had a black girlfriend, and his dad, before the girl even walked in the house, his dad was already in there acting a fool, talking about, well, she ain't a nigger, is she? Like, this is what he's talking about in his video. You know what I mean? So, um, listening to a lot of white people talk over the years about being from a racist background, or they were racist and they changed. A lot of times they're talking about it's the culture and the exposure that they had that brainwashed them to be that way. But the thing that stands out to me, and same thing with black people that talk about growing up in an all-white place, or maybe they grew up in an all-white family in an all-white place, maybe they were adopted. A lot of them will say that they didn't realize skin tone difference. Like obviously they realize, oh, my skin looks like this and his skin looks like that and her skin looks like that. But they didn't realize that the difference actually mattered until they had an experience that kind of condition their brain. So that's what racism really is. It's conditioning of the brain from an early age. Same thing that religion does. Same thing, you know what I mean? The way we're conditioned. Simps, same shit. Same shit. All of it is conditioning that starts at an early age. You know what I mean? But that's the thing that stands out to me. They all say that they didn't realize the difference until they experienced something. You know what I mean? Until they were walking. A lot of like older than us, like our parents' generation and older, in certain places that are like multicultural in those days, like let's say the 70s, the 80s, then even the 90s, but especially like the 70s and the 80s, a lot of places like in the West, probably I would assume even Toronto, but probably like a New York, a California, like just places that have been lively for generations. A lot of people that grew up there, they'll say, I've heard it so many times. Watching interviews, listening to people talk, I've heard people say, oh, yeah, when I was 7 years old in 1979, I was walking through a white neighborhood, and then the white kids were throwing rocks at us and calling us nigger and telling us to get out of here. You know what I mean? And that's when they realized, when they were 7 years old, that, oh, shit, I'm black. White people realize, oh, shit, I'm white, and he's black. He's not the same as me. So I spent some time talking about that, but there you go. And more racist, I wouldn't say that people are more racist. Do you understand? Like back in the days, and this goes on now, probably in a smaller way because people go missing and shit. A lot in America, a lot of fucking black truck drivers go missing in these sundown towns, in these small sundown towns. But in general, um, yeah, racism has been like racism back in the days was crazy. Like people could, like a black person could just get lynched in the middle of the street. I'm not talking about slavery days. I'm talking about 1952. A black person could get murdered by a white person in the street, and the white guy would be out. It, you know, like black people were just dropping like flies up until like 100 years ago. You know what I mean? Or no, not 100 years, like 60 years ago. Black people were dropping like flies at the hands of whites and say and second. But nowadays, you don't just see that happening. Nowadays, you see a lot more interracial dating going on. You see a lot more. You know what I mean? So I don't know about that one, bro. What's your thoughts on a girl having a high body count? I don't care what a girl's body count is. I'll answer this question, but just in general, I don't care about a girl's body count. I don't care if a girl's body count is 3 or 300. That's none of my fucking business. You know what I mean? And it, again, this goes back to what I said earlier about catching a lot of bodies myself. Like you just realize that sex is just an activity of pleasure. It's not. There's nothing holy and sacred. Well, okay, there is a spirituality aspect of it. It is. I'm not gonna sit up here and act like that's not true. It is. But like just us being here on planet Earth as physical entities having sex, like here on Earth, planet Earth. Okay, not in any spiritual realm of soul ties that we can experience. Here on Earth, sex is just an activity of pleasure. It's literally just that. Literally just that. Pleasure. So you figure that out though as you just start having sex and you stop romanticizing it and glorifying it and pedestalizing it. And you just start having it because you just start you remember last week or 3 days ago when what's her name sucked you off and you just get that urge to get that again. I need that. You know what I mean? That's what sex is supposed to really be about. That's what sex is to women. To men, sex is like a huge existential thing for majority of the men walking around. Majority of the men that ever walked the earth, sex was like this huge thing. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't just come so easily to most of us. Like we actually have to put in some fucking work to meet bitches and go through all the back and forth and bitches all over the 1 minute a bitch seemed like she was down and then next thing you know she gone. Like you have to go all through that just to have a roster of 3 4 women, bro. The amount of girls that you would have had to have interacted with, slept with, she ghosted you, or came through, she didn't fuck you, then ghosted you. Like just the amount of interaction, bitches ghosting, bitches teasing, the amount of shit that you go through just to have a roster of, or just to keep a roster of 3 because they come and go. Just to keep 3 women that you can have access to. The amount of shit that you go through. So, what did I just run off on that to say? I was talking about oh yeah, like experiencing is just another thing that you just it's just you realize sex is just an activity, and so a girl having a high body count, it doesn't wire her brain. Like, yeah, it can change somebody to be more colder or more because of the experience, but it happens with men and women to where at most you would see the girl, whereas what people with high body counts overall have sex depedestalized, right? Doesn't mean that they're not freaky. It doesn't mean they don't have a high sex drive, but they have it depedestalized. They don't have it to where it's this fantasy that I'm about to get laid. Is it really? It's really about to happen. Like you know what I mean? So with that being said, um, yeah, like you wouldn't really necessarily even tell whether a girl slept with 100 men or 10. I'm telling you, I'm really telling you, I just don't care. It's none of my business. It's really none of my business. But if a girl went and told me that she had 80 bodies or 100 bodies or something like, I'm not gonna lie and act like I wouldn't be taken back. I'd be taken back. The main reason I'd be taken back is damn, a bitch that didn't tell me that she have 2 3 bodies. A bitch that didn't say she has 2 3 4 bodies. Wow. I'd be wow. Wow, that's crazy. You know what I mean? So I'd be shocked just off of that. And then I'd be shocked that she actually told me a number so high. And then I would feel so proud of myself that I was so much of a real motherfucker I was so much of a real nigga that she felt like I could actually tell this nigga what my actual body count is because I'm so used to dealing with so many of these bitch ass, sucker ass, bitch boy ass dudes that feel some type of way when I tell them my reality, that I dare live life before I met him. So just the energy that I picked up off of this nigga tells me that he's not gonna act like these other bitch boys who get all flustered and get all in their head when I tell them what my body count is because he thinks I'm a fucking slut and I'm not gonna be able to pair bond. So yeah, not all soft maxes are coke though. Listen, some things will just make you look more polished, and if anything, you do it, and a female might notice that you are presenting yourself a little bit more polished than you normally do, and she might say you look sharp or wow, you look good. Doesn't mean she wants to fuck you. Because if she wanted to fuck you, she had already been doing it. And again, this assumes that you're not walking around looking like Shaggy from Scooby Doo. By the way, fools who pay don't have value. I had to cut off friends because they pay while I never did that. Okay, all right, hold on. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Flag on the play. Foul. Yellow card. Hold on. Timeout. I don't want to put the message out there against paying for pussy to the point where guys start judging friends and guys start cutting friends off and stuff like that over some shit that I said. I know you probably didn't do it over what I said, but I'm just saying I'm not trying to put it down to that point. If guys want to pay for it, pay for it. But what I'm saying is paying for it as an alternative to not being able to get it is what I'm not promoting. But if you have friends that they pay for pussy, or if you pay for pussy yourself, that's fine. I'm not telling you to judge nobody. That's not what this is not what I stand. That's not what I do. We don't that's not what I do. On my channel, I'm not trying to put nobody down for what they want to do. But I am gonna tell you the reality. And the reality is I don't want for no man to be paying for no fucking pussy. There's nothing worse than laying down. Cause sometimes I've had this with girls that I didn't pay for it. I've never paid for pussy, but girls that I fucked, trust me, I've had the pillow princesses or girls that you just looking at it like, do you really want to do this? You know what I mean? There's nothing where that is a horrible feeling. Laying there, she all dry and she's not moaning, she's not moving, she's not communing, talking to you, nothing. That's what you're gonna get. Now, some of them are performative. Some of them will perform for you and make you feel wanted and all of that. Some of them really take pride in their craft. But at the end of the day, they know it, you know it, everybody at the parlor knows it, or whatever the arrangements are. Like everybody involved knows what it is. And so, see, a lot of things in life isn't even about your brain, your thoughts. See, you could tell yourself that, oh, I don't care. I don't care if it's genuine. I'm just paying for it. But see, guys, at the end of the day, a lot of the things that make you feel things or you don't even realize they're touching you and they're touching you, it goes to your nervous system, your nerves. So it goes to what you're not even thinking about. It's a feeling. So when you go and you pay for that puss, and that woman bends over, and you know that she would, if she had the choice to be getting her money any other way, at the same rate, at the same, because it's fast money. But if she had another alternative that didn't include fucking you or guys like you, then she would have never been there. Just you and your nervous system, just knowing that, even if your brain tells you that that doesn't matter, your nervous system will fuck with you. If you have to pay, you're an idiot. Not gonna lie, a gym transformation can actually work. I got somebody paid me for a video actually. That's probably gonna be the next video talking about that. Gym can't change face or height, which is most important. That is true. It's all pointless, sadly. Well, for the experience, deep down inside, I feel some type of way. Is dating apps all about skin tone? No. Why would you think that though? But skin tone plays into it. You better believe a good look, a light skinned guy and a dark skinned guy that are on the same level. Like if a room full of women gave both these guys a 10 out of 10 or an 8 out of 10, the light skinned guy would get more action, and the light skinned guy, he'd get more matches, and he'd be more responses, and he'd be more quicker to get a girl trying to link. Now, if these guys are both 10 out of 10s, I mean, it's gonna be quick. It's gonna be fast as fuck for both. It's just that he's gonna be faster to get some, But trust me, he's not gonna fall behind too long. You know what I mean? But it's just that the light skin people just get more attention. It's just the way it is. It's the Eurocentric shit. Take what you can get type shit. Racism is a tool. One thing I notice is how sex is put on a pedestal for men, yet with women who are unattractive, even you express overt dissatisfaction despite not being that guy. Can you elaborate on that? What you meant? And then I'll talk about it. I kind of get what you meant, but just elaborate. Start huffing and puffing in the gym. 2026, time to trap bodies with babies. One dark skinned guy is treated worse by black women than light skinned guys. Are dark skinned guys treated worse? Again, in general, guys are treated worse by women the less attractive to the woman that you are. So that's really what it is. And that's what life has shown me since I was a child. That and this not just women you want to date, women you work with, women you go to school with, your female family members. When they don't find you attractive, they treat you worse. That's what I've seen. So at the end, and it's not even up here. It's like the instinct, their instincts. You understand? You know how a spider's instinct, like if you go put your finger, if you go touch a spider's web or something, it quickly moves. Or if you watch those videos with those spiders, those huge spiders in Australia and shit like that. I saw a video one time. A spider created like a huge web, like a huge spider like this big, made its web like in the ventilation AC system in some kid's room. And it's like a bunch of them in there. They're teenagers. They're like recording and shit like that. And they're all sweaty and shit. They look like they live in the outback or some shit. But you see this huge web with this huge funnel, and then you see them put like a stick or a hanger or something in it. And then you just see the spider. Like, I never seen nothing move so quick in and it wasn't AI, because I was watching this like 5 years ago. I never seen nothing move so quick in my fucking life. You understand? But the instinct of the spider is to do that. The instinct of a woman is to just reject and get the fuck away from an unattractive man. That's just like it, and it happens automatically. The nasty look that she give a man, or that the black pill always talks about, the ugh, look that she give a man, or the smirk, instincts, the grin, the smile. So we miss you, Recca. Miss you too, man. Or I think that's one of my female viewers. Miss you too. Oh, Steen. Yeah. Miss you too. Miss you too. Miss you too, mama. Definitely coming back. Where a strict parents suck. I'm glad I had a sense of self. That's pretty much the only thing that you surviving. Like anybody that you know that's like super like, you could just tell that their parents just have like them brainwashed. Like they just fall in line with everything that their parents. They didn't have the self-aware. They didn't have it. They didn't have the. And again, you can't really blame them because this is like, it's a child, right? It's a child and a teenager that basically has to do this. Has to have the mental. You have to overcome so much shit, or you have to deny yourself so much shit to get to the other side of it mentally. Because think about it, a child just wants to be accepted and loved by their parents, right? Or whoever they're being raised by. And so You're gonna have to have so much awareness to know that your parent is wrong. If you're a 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old kid, you have to know your parent is wrong, and you have to choose yourself over even being loved by that parent. So yeah. So at the end of the day, you have to overcome so much psychological shit to get on the other side. It's hard. It's hard, and it's not gonna be a situation where you just kind of go against what your parents are trying to condition you, and then they just be mad about it. Like they're gonna be trying every chance they get, trying to manipulate you, and it's crazy. So you have to battle. It's a mental battle. It's psychological, and a lot of times you'll be sitting there wondering, like, I can't believe there's kids that don't have to, or you might even know, maybe some of your friends, like, I can't believe there's another kid my age, look like me probably even, that isn't going through this. And this is my fucking reality. This is life for me. And there's kids that don't have to go through this. And I understand there's kids that have to go through worse. But at the end of the day, that doesn't change what I'm going through. That does little to change what I'm going through. So at the end of the day, it's tough, bro. It's psychological though. Racism is used to keep the resources to a certain demographic. I agree. That's like a totally different topic, but I agree with it. Do you think women don't like Recca because he has a? What do you mean women don't like Recca? You mean the women that don't? What do you mean women don't like Recca? But I would say if a woman was to reject me, I'd say if it's in person, I'd say 90% of it is my height. And then let's say it's on dating apps. If she didn't find me attractive, it probably would be my nose more than anything else. That would be the deal breaker. That would be what would make her not really be attracted to my face. That's what I would say. Cause what else would it be? Black people who promote pain for blacks. I don't even know. What's up, Rec? Good to see you. Good to see you too. Do you think it matters more when you want to date them long term? Does what matter more? Retype that comment and explain. If I wasn't a Christian, I'd be paying for the box every Friday. I'm dead. You still doing Network Plus? I'm not gonna lie. I totally stopped studying. I haven't even thought about it. Just so much shit been going on. I was debating one of my boys that if a girl sleeps with you the first, that means they're easy for a lot of guys to fall. Here's the thing I'm gonna say on this. I mean, like, God forbid a woman was attracted to you enough and turned on by you enough to want to have sex with you or do something sexual with you the first time you guys meet. Like, God forbid you're that attractive. But here's the next thing. Forget about in general. Let's just talk about the days that we know that we live in right now. The unbelievable level of desperation, the level of desperation and thirst of the average guy walking around. That alone. Then you bring in dating apps, Tinder, Hinge, Bumble, Snapchat, Instagram DMs. So all the different ways, the thirstiness of men, and then all the outlets that women have to get male attention or to access the type of men that they really want to fuck with. But she still ended up fucking you with access to that, even if she's the biggest slut in the world. Fucking 3 men a day. Those 3 men, trust me, those 3 men were filtered out and chosen after dozens upon dozens of other men were denied, even if she's the most overly going bitch. So even if even if she is easy for a lot of guys to fuck, she's easy for a lot of guys to fuck within a pool of guys that she, and I'm specifically talking about the days we live in right now because of the option. Right now, there's no denying, nobody could deny that there's no excuse for a female not to be picky with who she sleeps with. Unless she lives in the middle of nowhere in Alaska somewhere, and there's one man within proximity of her in that little fucking Alaskan village who barely is a 5 out of 10. So he barely scrapes the surface, and she's gonna be there for a year, then she'll fuck him. Um, in situations like that, okay, let's say there's 5 dudes in the whole town that she live in, and let's say she's the most overly going bitch in the world, fucking bare guys, but there's 5 dudes only. Then yeah, those would be and this is how life and dating used to be before technology. So yeah, with the lack of access and shit like that, okay, if she's a slut, she might fuck all 5, but she might be fucking all 5 of those guys. But in the times we live in now, where she could just sit up there and she could literally say yes, no, maybe so, no, on an app, or there's a bunch of guys trying to be in her DMs or whatever on this app or that app, and she could just filter through. The days of a woman just being the days of you getting pussy because a girl is overly going is that don't even exist no more. The days where like a nerdy guy or like a guy who you know couldn't attract women, like when he finally got some pussy, it was from some slut. That's like an old 20 years ago type of thing. That's not something that really happens much these days. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if you disagree. Any of you guys disagree? Explain, because it makes perfect sense to me that a guy that wouldn't be able to get no ass 20 years ago, when the world was purely just basically you had to just go out and meet people, basically. You know what I mean? Or meet people some kind of way in person. You know what I mean? A guy that wouldn't be able to get anything that way, swiping on a dating app today is not going to do nothing for him. So you see what I'm saying? So is Jim Max and Cope? It's Cope. It's Cope, but it's a good, and if you really enjoy and want to do it, it's a good add-on. I'm just wondering if this is the guy. I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, it's a good add-on if you're already attracted, right? It'll be another thing for a woman to admire about you if you're already attractive. But in general, it's not. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, it's not this life-changing unless you're fat. It's not going to be this life-changing whatever. Suit yourself. Say it like this: how a woman isn't or won't get aroused by you no matter what. You feel the same. ED equals EW dysfunction, basically, with all due respect. I was shy though, but I had a side of aggression. I liked art, but school was important to them African parents. Reality even hits you despite being in a desperate position, but it ain't up to your choice. You have to overcome art, and YouTube helped me, especially religious parents. Yup. I live with them in isolation is the best thing I did. I closed my door and done. Trust me. You spin right now, Recca. Keep preaching. You already know. I was different. My dad used my brothers to isolate me because I said no to a rule. By the way, I'm the oldest brother. Maybe he wanted full control. Probably. My eyes is deceiving me. My boy, yours true. My dog, yours truly in the building. You know what? At the top of the hour, I'm gonna drop the link and we're gonna let people come through. That's what we're gonna do. That's what we're gonna do. Rekha, do your parents believe in therapy? In general, yeah, but I ain't seen either one of them going and scheduling no fucking therapy sessions. But they definitely support therapy. They support us if we want to go to therapy. They never necessarily talk shit about shrinks and all this other. They never discourage therapy. Um, like my parents are not as old fashioned as. Wait, hang on one second, guys. 1 second, guys. 1 second. This is the landlord, and just have to move my car and shit. Damn, man. No patience. No patience. I leave for fucking how long I leave for? I leave for what? A couple minutes, and like 10 people leave the fucking live. You know what I mean? But yeah, my parents are not super old fashioned like that, where they hate on therapy and they hate on anything modern. My parents are pretty modernized, though. My parents made sure I grew up on the computer. Like I was using the computer at like 3 years old. My parents made sure I grew up on the computer. You know. But when I talk about my parents, they just lame. They just kind of lame, like live in fear. Let fear override their thoughts. It is what it is. Men need to be more grateful for pussy. Explain why. I'm grateful, but explain. That sounds like entitlement, Stina. I've been chilling. I've been chilling, bro. Honestly, how you? My man almost said big facts. Turn down this heat. Social media ruined everything, bro. I caught chlamydia for the first time. What did I tell you? What did I tell you? If you in the game, Go to my STD video. If you're in the game, you're gonna catch a STD. There is no fucking way around it. There's no way you're gonna be digging out all these guts. There's no way you're gonna be waxing all these asses. There's no way your dick tip is gonna get to feel the juicy, sensational warmth of that watery womb. There's no way you're gonna be able to do that in abundance and not catch a STD. There's no fucking way. It's almost inevitable. It's almost like in part of the fine print. If you're gonna be out here fucking a bunch of bitches, and let's just be honest, if you're gonna fuck a bunch of bitches, bro, at some point in the game, you just say, man, like I can't do the condom thing. At some point, you know what I'm saying? And so, one way or another, every guy will become a raw. And I'm not talking about the papers for smoking weed, but every guy will become a raw dogger. And so that's how you're gonna get an STD at some point. Every guy. Do you think becoming successful can increase your dating success? Uh, I wouldn't call it success, but it can definitely increase your access to women being around you. There you go. Unlimited chats either. I agree. Yeah, I do agree. There also wasn't unlimited chats back in the days. That's also another thing. That's another reason. That's another reason why dating is so hard now. You know what I mean? Because like the high school sweetheart level of dude, like for a girl that she like a dude she really truly would have liked and crushed on and everything like that. Like these days, in my opinion, I feel like these days every fucking female is able to sleep with men that they would have been fantasizing about because of the access. It's crazy. It's crazy. The stories that I hear, the simping and shit that goes on, and the just it's crazy what's going on. You know what I mean? Do you still talk to your parents? Yeah, we hear my man Polly Mathable has always been through here, man. My man Barclay, I know Barclay. Um, real ones and day ones only. Yup. Whatever happened to Jackson Stack? He been gone. I saw Jackson Stack liked like a couple weeks ago or a week ago or recently though. Jackson Stack liked like a comment I left on his recent post, and I saw he changed like the bio on his YouTube. Like when I clicked on his channel, he changed the bio. I noticed that it was something different he put there. So I don't know if that was him setting up to come back or whatever. Because if you think about it, why else? But at that point, why else even come and hide everybody's comments and change shit up? So he's alive, like, and he's been engaging with the channel recently. So we'll see. Did you ask one of your girls to be a Valentine's? No. But the main chick or chick I fuck with, um, she's out the country right now, so she's not even gonna be here on Valentine's Day. So I'm gonna be honest with you, Valentine's Day a lot of times just turns into a girl just sucking a dude's dick for an hour. Like that's what usually happens on Valentine's Day. Yeah, the cutesy stuff, there might be some of that, but in general, like Valentine's Day, since I was like 20 years old, there was like some years in there where I just happened to just not be seeing a bitch on Valentine's Day. But just for the most part, on Valentine's Day has always just been a hookup day for me. Like literally. My man Timothy, what's good, bro? Wow, everybody's in here, man. But I'm gonna stay on here a little while. At the top of the hour, I'm gonna drop the link. Anybody that wants to come on and talk or anything like that, um, can come on and talk. Yeah, man, it's been a little bit, but I'm here. You know what I mean? I'm here. So salute to my man Timothy New Tally. It's my dog. My dog Timmy. Timmy. He said burning desire is back with new things to discuss. Nah, your streams are elite, bro. That Jamaican dude last time was too funny. Shout out to him. What are 4 to 5 things not to do with women in 2026? I mean, everybody pretty much knows. But it's the same thing that it always is, indefinitely, which is don't over pursue, don't go on dates unless you've been already fucking the girl for a while. Um, yeah, and there's I can make videos. There's deeper reasons as to why you don't want to do these things. But in general, this is not for 2026. This should be every year until the end of time. And it should have always been this way. It's not what to do with women, is who's doing it. And that too. I like that. Because it always comes back to that anyway. But yeah, you're right, basically with all of those. Different rules for different men. Yup. Girl I fuck with told me how, and I'm sure this girl has rules for me, but told me um how when she was fucking with her ex or whatever, how like if he would turn her head to try to kiss her, she would kind of like resist, or if he would ask for head or something like that, she would be like, yeah, I don't do that. You know what I mean? Which is a goddamn lie. I'm telling you that's a goddamn lie because she sucked the living shit. I'll just leave it there. You understand? But that's a lie. If that's true, that's a lie. So at the end of the day, there's different rules for different people. So, and she was saying how she only liked him for his dick or wanted him for his dick and all of that. So there you go. And there's shit she wouldn't let me do or won't let me do. I'm sure some other guy would get to do it. Um, Nick said some real shit sometimes. So Nick said not all guys are playing the game from the same playbook. And that's true. That's what I used to always just the simping and she used to get under my skin. Like, why are you doing that? You know what I mean? Like, until I realized, like, this guy's not playing by the same rules that you're playing by. That's why he's doing that. He's playing by the rules of, see, his playbook is called by all means necessary. You understand? And while my playbook says with dignity. You understand? So there's different playbooks for different dudes, basically. I'm thinking about making a movie called Black Pill. Put it out. I'll definitely peep. RECCA, put up your old vids or JNS old vids on Patreon. The reason why I'm not gonna do that is because maybe he doesn't want it out there like that. You know, he might not want it out there like that. That's why guys like Alpha Male Strategy piss me off. 6'5" light skinned brother giving advice to 5'2". The thing with AMS acknowledges that life ain't fair and that a 5'2" guy is gonna struggle with women. But he tries to push the whole money thing and like, oh, we'll just make up for it by becoming rich. Bro, first of all, everybody's not gonna become rich. And second of all, becoming rich is not gonna fix the issue that I said earlier. The issue is women that truly desire you. So the issue is not getting sex or not getting access to women. Do these women does bro, guys, laying there in the bed or on the couch with a girl and she start playing with your hand and cuddling on you and kissing on you, bro, that means sometimes, guys, that can mean more than having sex with her. Sometimes, but listen, I'm not about to go get fucking married and live like I'm living in fucking leave it to Beaver. But here's the thing. Sometimes it means more, it does more. That does more. That actually gets somebody attached more than guys. You can have sex with a girl every single day. She just come over every day for like 6 months straight. Every single day that girl comes over, you have sex with her for an hour and she leaves. You guys don't text, talk, you get connect, right? Then you could have another girl that you see once every 2 weeks for 6 months, right? Once every 2 weeks. But she checks up on you in between, make sure you good, call you, check. And when you guys are together, she's all over you. She tells you about everything that happened since the last time you walked out of there, everything that happened from the moment you left last time she saw you. You understand me? And she's there and she's kissing on you and you guys are cuddling and really bonding. That once every 2 weeks will have a way stronger fucking attachment. Matter of fact, there will be no fucking attachment with the girl that comes over every fucking day, but there is nothing else happening. So at the end of the day, you know, that's what these guys are not talking about, who keep fixating on, oh, we'll just become a high value male. That's what they're not getting to. It's not just about become a high value male, become rich. The genetics, you can't get over the genetics, man. I'm telling you, you can't get past it. AMS could be broke and still pull, yet he pushes it. It's crazy. Becoming rich is a cult. But AMS says something really good though about the whole money thing. He does say just becoming rich alone isn't gonna do it. He says that becoming rich and being generous, your generosity with your riches is what's gonna get the ass. So if you're a guy, you're rich, but you keep all the money to yourself, you never spend no money on her, you don't take her to no trips, then if that's what it is, then she's not gonna stick around for that. Just because you're rich. Like being rich is the symbolism of you being rich is not enough. It's gonna be about her benefiting off of the riches. So if she gets an allowance, if you're taking her on 10 trips a year overseas and she's seeing all kind of different parts of the world and you're buying her all kind of Gucci designer bags and this and that, then okay, she's there. So I will say that. But you know what's not there? Her body is there, but she's not actually fucking there. You understand what she's spiritually with the guy that she's seeing behind your back who doesn't have any money. How about that? Being rich is its own class. That's why I never liked the phrase looks money status. I always hated the whole oh well if you have a blue check on your Instagram. Like what? That always sounded wrong to me. It just sounded wrong to me. My Tyrone friend probably don't even have 1,000 followers. And trust me, he has DMs. So and his shit was like locked for a long time. As a rich true cell dude, you just compete with broke attractive dudes and rich attractive dudes. My bad again. Phone call keep interrupting me, yo. Phone call keep interrupting me. As a rich true cell dude, you just competing with broke attractive dudes and rich attractive dudes. Wow. Well, there you go. There you go. There you go. There you have it, my nigga. Advice for guys in the starter lock phase. Just don't even worry about your hair. Don't even worry about it. Don't look at it. Like the first like 2 years that I had dreads, yo, I never even like I didn't even think about my hair. I always had a do rag on. I just left it because I knew that it was gonna look. I knew it was gonna look like shit. It was gonna look like tarantula legs. It was gonna be all over the place. I knew this is it. You know what I mean? For the next like couple years, this is it. Until them shit start to hang down longer and mature, this is it. So I would just say, don't even think about your fucking hair. Get your retwists on time. Oil up your grease the vibes. But don't even worry about it. Don't even be watching it. Don't look for no growth, no nothing. Especially once your hair get to about like, I'd say like where you start seeing it in your eye, like you just start seeing it in your eye from about, or not in your actual eye, but you start to just see a shadow like right above your eyelid, like right in your eyebrow, like right at your eyebrow. From probably about there, then you start to see it hanging into your eye. But around that area right there, until it gets to like your chin, which is probably like a year to a year and a half, it feels like it's not growing, dog. The bro, it feels like it is not growing, even though you could see that it was at your eyebrow, but now it's at your nose. But it just feels like it's the same from right here to like right here. And you just gonna have to embrace it. And the only way it just, bro, I don't know, you just live your life and pay attention to your hair here and there and do what you need to do. And over time you just watch it grow and you just see all the things that you went through and all the different phases that you went through in your life during that couple of 2 3 year period. And then the next thing you know, your hair is long. I can't really explain it to you, bro. It's just like I remember my hair was shorter. I was in audio school, and then next thing I was doing this, and then I was in school for that, and then I was over here, and then the women that the where I was living at the time, I was living in that first basement. My hair was short, and then 2 years went by. Then my hair was a little longer, and then 3 years I was in the other basement. Then I just moved to this one, and my hair long as fuck. So I think back on the different phases that I went through before my hair was where it is now. But really and truly, bro, just not obsessing over my hair every day is how it happened. That's the best thing that I could ever tell you about the starter lock. That's better than I could tell you about use this oil and those things are good, but nothing really matters other than keeping up with your retwists and make sure you don't let you know, just don't let your scalp get fucked up. Don't let the roots get fucked up. But outside of just keeping up with that, you know what I mean? Pay attention to your hair though, because that's like a sensitive time where they could start to unravel, and so like make sure you're paying attention before they mature. They're sensitive, right? So pay attention. But what I'm saying is, don't be obsessing over it. Men will get rich and put their wives on nice suburban home and still get cheated on. I forgot AMS brought up too. There was some wrestler, I think it was, that uh his wife divorced him, left him for like a younger man, and he was like, yo, and she got the house. And he was like, yo, I spent 20 years building that house. And now there's a little boy in there. So my old Tyrone like coworker showed me his Insta DMs. It looked like a chick's. And you want to double text a bitch? And you want to take a bitch on, ask a bitch to take her on a date? I feel like status gives you a higher return on investment if you want white women. Black women care about looks more. I guess I don't really care about. See, this is not what I care about, so I don't concern myself with that. Recca, you should ratings on viewers. Yeah. Oh, you mean like FedEx Fearless? Well, I don't think he rates, but you mean like that kind of thing? I mean, I'm down to do this shit, but is it productive? Like, because if I tell a guy he's a 5 out of 10, he's pretty much cooked. There's nothing he could really necessarily do about it. But I guess he would want to know. But what is it gonna do? A lot of times, that's just gonna make guys. It's gonna challenge guys' egos to think that they can overcome it. So it doesn't do nothing constructive. But if that's what people really want to see, I'll do it. When did you start doing styles like barrel twists and two strands? I started really doing style. I'm not gonna lie, I've been doing styles pretty much the whole time. But I started really do. I do styles less now. Like the last couple of years, I've been doing styles less than I was doing them before my hair was even matured. Like I used to always do a style every time I got a retwist. You know what I mean? I probably done like 3 styles in the last like year. You know what I mean? But I started confidently doing styles probably like I've been doing my dreads for like 6 years now. I'm not gonna lie to you, probably like 3 years in is when I started confidently saying like just showing a picture and saying, give me this style. And I knew that it was gonna look crispy and I knew the ends and all of that were not gonna look all crazy. Cause when your hair is shorter, it just doesn't hit the same as when you have that hang time back there. You know what I mean? FedEx's corniest advice telling dudes to cut their dreads and get a low cut like him. Good luck with that fucking shit. The worst thing you could do if you're a black guy is have short hair. You understand? Especially if you want to attract black women. So that's the worst thing that you could actually do. Now, when you get older, listen, I'm not saying short hair is necessarily bad. Like short, some guys, that's their thing. Like, but what I'm saying is, like, I'm gonna be honest with you. Most black guys look better with hair than without it. So we live in a time now where you don't have to worry about that no more. Like, you can work in all kind of different fields, and you could just like having long hair or just having urban hairstyles are not is not as looked down upon as it was years ago. Even if the dude's face doesn't look right with a low cut, he'll say that. It's because he's Nigerian. He got that uncle mentality. Literally, people just literally be like the people that didn't overcome, like the psychology shit I was talking about earlier. They just become the same thing that their parents was. This is why generation after generation hates on the young because that's what the generation before them did. That's what they heard. Oh shit, ash everywhere. Do you cold approach? Nope. Go to my cold approach video. I'll tell you why. I mean, playing gangster rap in the house. I mean, people could do what they like. People can have their own standards. I'm not gonna look if he thinks that it's negative and he doesn't want to hear that in his humble abode. Then that's him. You know what I mean? Let him. People can have their standards. I'm not gonna look down on people's standards, but at the same time, like to tell every person, every guy should cut his hair low. just because that's what you believe in. Like that's not. I don't know about that. You know what I mean? What's the dating app sauce? The dating app sauce is you look good. That's the sauce. You look like something that is desirable to at least a woman that will swipe on you and want to see you. That's the sauce. You know what I mean? That's the difference between the guys that get matches and the guys that don't. You understand? I've been back on Hinge the last like maybe 2 weeks or so, and I've had a couple of hundred matches since I've been on. I know to the girls that sounds like nothing, but that's a lot. To the guys, tell me I'm lying. That's a lot. So at the end of the day, I only fuck one. I haven't fucked no girl. I'm not supposed to be. So I haven't fucked no girls or nothing like that. But there's 100 matches. Probably I probably got like right now I have like 50 something there because I unmatched from girls, girls unmatched. But just being active on the app, sometimes it's nice to just talk to women, bro, and just interact with women and just see what's going on. Like, you know what I mean? Everything ain't about just fucking, fucking, fucking all the time. Get you a chick that you like to fuck. And sometimes you just have to hold that down. A nigga's tired of unsatisfying encounters and need to change it. Oh, okay. So talk to me about what are these unsatisfying encounters? Okay, let me catch up on the chat and then I'm gonna drop the link. And anybody that want to come in, come holler at me. Black guys have come far. I remember back when a lot of black guys used to escrow their shit. Yup. Like with a lot of photos, etc. do the best. Sex appeal photos. If you have the ability to generate a look of sex appeal, if you can do that, that's what you need to be doing. But do anything except look friendly and like you like to have a good time hanging out with friends. You don't do that. Don't post no picture with you and your guys out, you and your uncle at the bar with a couple of beers. Don't post any of that. And you smiling, holding your dog, and I don't post any of that. None of it. You understand? Post you and a fucking wife beater with your arm, with your bicep all out and stuff like that. In them, take pictures like that. You know what I mean? Or just take good selfies, or you in a dripped out outfit, leaned up against the whip, or you know what I mean, with a nice aesthetic behind you or whatever. Take pictures like that. You know what I mean? Put up pictures like I shouldn't. I take pictures in general. So the ones I told you before, those are good pictures to take. Don't post that on your Instagram. Don't post that on dating apps. All that's giving the girl is that you'd be a good friend, or you'll be a cool guy to talk to and hang out. That's all it's giving. With women, guys, when women are analyzing men, what women basically are saying is, what is it? There's this female rapper called Lady London. She's fire. She's another type of mind too. 'Cause I like, even though she's like Jamaican and Trini or some shit, but she has that Guyanese Trini type of look that I like, that I grew up around. So, but anyway, she has a song, and the hook goes, "What is it giving? What is it giving?" That's all she's saying the whole song. What is it giving? That's how women think. When a woman is looking at a man, she's like, swiping on dating apps, and what she's thinking to herself is, or what her nervous system is thinking is, what is it giving? And so when she looks at your profile, is it giving that he'll bend me over and fuck the living shit out of me? Or is it giving dinner and a movie, and then I kiss him on the cheek and tell him that, I like to take my time before I have sex? Which one is it giving? Bro, I'm giving you these gems for free. Yeah, man, he's back. What percentage of chicks do you pull on online? I'd say like 90%. If I deal with, on average, I deal with like 40, 50 a year. Probably 5 of them is some bitch I met in the club or just some random shit. Like, because I'll talk to women. If I see any kind of like signal, I'm going to talk to her. I don't really do the random walking up to random women anymore, unless I'm in the like, unless I'm in an environment where it's clearly about meeting somebody. My old manager had pink spiky hair and a nose ring. There you go. I've seen it all, man. If the gays are gonna be accepted the way they're being accepted in society now, like having being able to go in bathrooms and all of that, like of course our hairstyle would be cool. If you think about it, do you see yourself getting married? Hell no. In 2024, I did 4 cold approaches. 2025, I did 1 because it's kind of like pointless to be honest with you. Trust me, if that girl wanted you, she trust me, you would just know because you'd be like, yo, why this girl keeps like, bro? I was all the way on the other side of the Walmart Super Center. I was literally on the. I saw her on the other side. Literally, it takes 2 minutes to walk to the other side. I saw her on the other side, and now I'm on the other side over here, and I was just picking grapes over there. And all of a sudden, now I'm looking at boxers over here, and she's in the male section looking at boxers. So I'm not going. Listen, I'm not walking up to no random fucking bitch no more that don't look my fucking direction. I'm never doing it. What the fuck is the point? Trust me. If she wanted me, even the girl that has her complete back turned and I think that she doesn't know I'm there. Trust me, she saw me. She saw that. She saw me. She saw me already. That's probably why her back is turned. Come on, man. Yeah, go get the online dating handbook. It's in the description. Everybody, make sure you go get the online dating handbook. And I'm gonna be honest, I usually don't get on here and beg and all of that, but listen, send donations over, guys. A lot of the reason why I'm gone is because I've been trying to focus on the finances and just being diligent, and then bringing the channel back in as part of the system and everything. So that's why I kind of fell off the channel, but and other reasons too. But finances. So donate. You know what I mean? Donate. You guys want videos? Donate and send me a video request. And that keeps me motivated and keeps me having reasons to come on and just keeps the steam flowing. So send donations, send. And even if you don't even have a video title, send $5, $10, $20 here and there. And that lets me know that, okay, I have a community that is active on what I'm doing. And that always draws me back. You know what I mean? Part of why I'm here now is just that guy sent the donation, and I'm like, shit, I have guys that want to hear what the fuck I have to say. And that just drew me back. So I'm just putting that out there to donate. I understand that we're all young and broke, but at the end of the day, and especially you guys that are in your early 20s, I damn sure know a lot of you don't have money. But, you know, during this time where I don't have the audience numbers to just keep things rolling, where there's thousands of guys or hundreds of comments coming in, where I can always, every day there's guys asking me, and that just keeps things rolling. It's things like donations that's going to really, keep me going. I'll only get fat women, bro. Happens. Make another ebook this year. Yeah, I'm going to put out a couple of products this year. It's just that, like, I don't know if anybody knows how to market to. It's hard to market something that like that, because a YouTube channel is pretty much the only place, or a social media outlet or social media following is pretty much the only, like, that's like the only way that it even makes sense to market yourself. Just doing these videos and sending guys to but go get the dating handbook. It's in the description. And step your fucking online dating game. where the cold approaches, and do you? Most of my cold approaches are done like just randomly on my day to day, bro. I might see a girl when I'm coming out of anywhere, like literally anywhere, coming out of the fucking dollar store or in the dollar store, and I see something in there, and I just step to her and say, "Excuse me, like what's your name?" And literally from the time I said "excuse me," I could already see if she was interested or not. So it's not even like this is not rocket science. Like it's already over from the time I said "excuse me" and I seen her look at her reaction. So a lot of these cold approaches, these are not like 5 minute conversations. Like a lot of the cold approaches is over in 30 seconds or less. So that's how it's so easy to just walk around and do it. But a lot of the reason why there's so much mystique around cold approach, because a lot of the reason why cold approach is the reason why this is even a topic is because guys are afraid of women. Guys are like literally afraid to talk to women and interact with women. Women are like this mystical thing that guys are afraid. It's crazy. I think I went 0 for 4. Recommend plastic surgery and height surgery for sub 5. I'll join and elaborate. What's popping? What's up? My man Bond Snick. Bond Snick is always in here. Can you do a video showing your dating app photos? Yeah. We were from the same school. I'm in PA, originally from Philly. Salute to Philly, man. Salute to Philly. I've been watching this old school rapper that used to like he was signed to Jay-Z. He was with like Rockefeller. He was part of State Property with Beanie Siegel and them. His name is Oskino. And he's from Philly. I've been watching like a lot of his like interviews and like his channel. Like he has a lot of beef with a lot of guys from Philly with like Freeway and a lot of the old school guys, and even Meek Mill he has issues with. But anyway, when I saw Philly, that just reminded me. Like I've been watching a lot of Oskino. What do introverts do outside of apps? I don't know. I'm pretty introverted, but like I literally could go a whole year without going out, and then when I go out, you wouldn't even believe I haven't been out in a year. You know what I mean? So I'm pretty introverted, but like my introversion was kind of artificially done. I've already told the story. So for me, my natural, like I'm gonna be honest with you guys, like when I was growing up, I was like a Kai Sanat in like elementary school, middle school. And then I changed drastically when I was in high school. But my natural born energy is to interact with people. So I can't really tell you like true introverts that really don't like that are incapable of being around a lot of people and shit like that. Like I can't really speak for that. Because when I was growing up, I wanted to be out. You know what I mean? Mom's moved me out the city. Cold approaches, cold more tender chronicles. Yeah, I could do that. It's fine here and there if she's your type, but I'm never gonna spam approach. Exactly. That's another thing I should have also said. Like, if I see a girl that's just crazy, this is my mindset. If I see a girl that's how I always done it. If I see a girl that just like I just say to myself, like I have to have her. I know she's probably gonna reject me. If she's that hot, she's probably gonna reject me. Like, let's keep it real. You know what I mean? But I'm still going to get her anyway. And a lot of times, yo, those super hot ones, those are the girls that I'll have a 5 minute conversation with and she'll entertain it. And I might even get her number. She might even offer me her Instagram or her Snap. And if she do that, if she offer me her Instagram or something, I don't take it. A lot of bro, my best experiences just interacting with women were like the most beautiful women I've been with. Those are the ones that validated me the most, the ones that probably I've had the best experiences with. But those are the ones that as quick as she came was as quick as she was gone. You know what I mean? Like just the most you know? And the girls who are like average at best, a 7 at best, on her bestest day, a 7. Those are the girls that are the most disrespectful or like move like she thinks she's better than me. So anyway, I say that to say that's exactly why I'm gonna go for this the super baddie that you never see every day. I'm a cold approach it. You know what I mean? But just this mentality of just walking up to random women, I don't support that. I don't promote that. I don't agree with it. I will send you more donations and video requests. Listen, this is not about begging you for money. I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there. But hey, if you have requests, keep sending them through. I will do more subscriber suggestions though. That's pretty much majority of the next videos that are coming out. I heard y'all have way less fat women in Canada percentage. That might be true, but there's still fat women. Like it's not weird to see a fat girl. But I will say that the way the whole thing about the Western people are fat in Canada is not quite the same as it maybe probably is in America. But every time I've been to America, I didn't necessarily just see a bunch of fat people walking around. But I will say it probably is true. The whole narrative of people getting fat. But at the same time, we do always talk. Me and my guys, we always talk about how we hate seeing fat people because it's like it's one thing if you're naturally big boned, but people who you could just tell that they're eating way too much and they just don't they don't have the metabolism to be moving how they're moving and living the lifestyle that they're doing. I have the metabolism that I could literally lay around, eat snacks all day, and do absolutely nothing for months on end. At worst, when I lift my fucking stomach up, I could see a little bit of a pot belly starting to. This is when I look at my fucking stomach. I see a little pot belly starting to, a little bit. You see what I mean? But that's as far as my body will do. But everybody don't have my body. A lot of people they need to be chilling off of the chili dogs. And what's the the 2-piece chicken meals at Popeyes chicken and all this shit? Like, bro, your body is not meant to be doing that. And so we do have a lot of that though in Canada. We do have a lot of people, a lot of the women and stuff be gaining weight. But like actually obese, like just fat people walking around, um, that's not. I feel like that's an American thing more than Canada. But the same trends that you see in America, you see in Canada too. Oskino, yeah, Oskino had like a second win. I fuck with Oskino. Like Oskino, like when I watch his channel, I just get purity. I'm good at reading people vibe, and I just get or not purity because he didn't kill somebody, but I get like where his energy is, like where he is in general. Like it gives like I don't know. Sometimes I could just watch somebody's channel, or I could just watch somebody in interviews, and I could just tell this is a piece of shit. You know what I mean? But watching Oskino, that's why I just been tuned into him, and he's been on Vlad, and I've been fucking with his interviews on Vlad and his channel and stuff. And I'm just like, yo, I could tell this is just a kid that just was trying to survive, and he went through tribulations trying to survive in his life, and then he found himself ending up famous, and then he fell off of that, and then now he's getting a second opportunity at some success, and that's where he is, and he's grateful for it. Like that's what I get. I love when he tells his stories of growing up, and his mom was on. I think his mom might have been on drugs or something, and at one point he started selling drugs, and but you could just I don't know. I love when I can listen to people. It's channels like that that influence my channel. Now, my channel has been around years before I ever been watching Oskino, but that's an example of what the type of channels that inspired what I do. No performing, no getting up and sounding like you're a narrator and all of that. That you could do specific videos that might do that. You know what I mean? These like essay type videos almost. No doing that. Like get on and just express yourself. You understand? And so Oskino is like another one of those now that I'll be paying attention to and watch. Just like Hassan Campbell and people like that. Fuck with it. I love when I can listen to somebody just tell stories from their life and they're not doing it in a way where they're trying to filter it or they're trying to make they're trying to save face or they're just bro, they're just expressing themselves. The dude say, yo, like my grandmother, like yo, the guy showed a picture of him at a birthday party when he was like 10 years old. And he's the only kid in the picture. He's having fun, everything. They all look fly, having fun. But he has a big plate of food, which is takeout that he's taking from the party because he had to bring food back for his little sisters because he said his grandmother wouldn't feed them. His grandmother didn't want them. His older brother, his grandmother loved him. And then I think they had a different dad or something. And then him and his younger sisters, they didn't have no parents. The grandma let them stay there, but wouldn't feed them, wouldn't do nothing for them. So Skino had to do it. So, like, you know what I mean? Like, listening to the vulnerability of that. It's shit like that that inspired me to do my channel. That's the only way I'd be able to go to the video. What's the hour long video I did where I was talking about middle school and that's all that's it's channels like that that made me say, nah, this is how it needs to be done. Yeah, I was just watching one of his Say Cheese interviews recently where he was talking about Meek and talking about Gilly and saying that they were baddies and all of that. RECCA, a brave dude. He been doing cold approaches. In my experience, cute girls are nicer. If you're not an ugly guy, like if you're a guy that gets called handsome regularly, like at least like handsome or cute, you're not a guy that's gonna walk in a room and every girl is gonna break her neck and bitches are gonna be, like, killing themselves over you. But you a guy that, you know, a decent amount of women um have validated your attractiveness in your lifetime. Okay? Extremely attractive women tend to be nice as long as you're at that level or above. I'm telling you, it really is true. Like average looking people think that they're the shit. A lot of average men too. Like a lot of average looking people are extremely delusional. It's crazy. A lot of people who are mid at best. Like you would think that they're just the baddest shit in the world. It's crazy. I remember I was in the club, yo, and I remember I seen it like she was like one of the probably top 10 hottest chick because you see hundreds of people in the club in a night. But she was top 10 hottest chick that was in there. And I remember what I normally do. I remember just grabbing her arms and I remember just like talking in her ear because the music's loud and shit. So I'm talking in her ear like, yo, I think I love you. And she's just chuckling and smiling and saying, you love me, like, but you don't know me. And I said, I don't even care. And she started chuckling and yo, I'm like, yo, let me get a hug, blah, blah, blah. So I'm hugging on her and I'm talking to her. And then I pull out my phone and she started giving me her number. Yo, would you believe the next girl that and then I remember I was standing by the bathroom after. Would you believe that the next girl I went up to, I'm telling you, this girl was average at best. Like, I'm telling you, on her best, that right there is her best day. She's at the club. Bro, that girl, no, I didn't even touch this girl. That girl, I just kind of hollered at her, whatever, whatever. That girl turned and looked at me and then just gave me a look like, as if like, boy, please, like you have the audacity to try to holler at me. And I'm looking at her like, but again, who am I to tell anybody? Because when you really sit and you think about it, like, who the fuck am I to tell some girl who the fuck she's supposed to be attracted to? So who am I to tell any person who the fuck they should be attracted to? So I wasn't offended, but it just goes to show you. It really goes to show you. I got off of that. Yeah, I learned that shit when I was in like high school. When we sitting around and we look at that little 6.6 out of 10 in the corner right there in science class, and you didn't even peep her out until like 3 weeks into the class, and then maybe the teacher did the break off shit that she do where she break you off into groups, and then you end up in a group with her, and then she start talking in the group, and then you glance up real quick, and then you like, wait a minute, yo, she's kind of cute a little bit from a side profile angle. And then she's like, wait, hold on, let me ask her. Like somebody asks a question about like, so what are we supposed to do for this? She's like, wait a minute, let me ask her. So she get up and turn to go ask the teacher, and then you glance over at her ass. It was like, wait, whoa. And she has a little ass on her too. So then you start looking around and you like, wait a minute. You look at the other guys and then you're like, wait, none of the other guys probably noticed it. This is my chance. And then you go try to holler at her, and then she just give you this blank look. You try to flirt with her or something, and she just kind of just give you like this look of just like absolutely not. Just stop. You know what I mean? I figured this out years ago. All right, I'm really gonna catch up now. Let me read through all of these real quick. Um, Cute women get better results, so a lot of them are just nicer and trying to. I'm gonna say this quick. This is something that I could really elaborate on. Maybe I'll do a video on it, but I'm gonna say this real quick. That is very true. People who are attractive tend to just be nicer people. There's this. No, I'm not gonna say it's a myth because it's a thing that attractive people are assholes and are pieces of shit because they can afford to be in a society in a subtle way. Yeah, they can afford to say little snarky shit, and people might not necessarily internalize it that way just because that person's attractive. But like, as far as being a actual piece of shit, like an actual, usually is unattractive people that are like that more than attractive people. Attractive people just because life is nice to them. Like, bro, again, life is not fair. Life is nicer to them. So think about it. If your life is just like you walk through society and the opposite sex is always flirting with you, and you know it's always positivity coming your way as opposed to somebody who's not that attractive. It's either neutral treatment or negative treatment. Your outlook on life is totally like literally the whole road, like the negative outlook on life versus positive. It literally is. It can be that much of a difference. Just the way two different people look and how the world receives them can change two different people's realities of how they view life. One person views life is hard, life is not fair. You have to put in so much work to get so little in return. While another person, just because they look different, just because of 6 inches of some height and the structure of some bones in the face, their whole reality is the total opposite of this guy. So that's the last comment I'm gonna elaborate on though. But average at best, women try to flex on dudes to stroke their ego. The last cute woman who rejected me gave me a free steak dinner from her job and told me my teeth are nice. Yeah, but authenticity. Oskino talks hella fast. Yeah, he does. He does. Oskino got some classic freestyle. I fuck with Oskino. And guess what Oskino is? A Tyrone. Go look up Oskino in the early 2000s. When he go look up Oskino. I know he's old now. Look up Oskino when he was young. And you know what's so crazy? I'm gonna say this. One of those interviews, Oskino was talking about an issue that he had with Freeway, right? Freeway was another rapper that was basically associated with Jay-Z in the early 2000s, signed to Jay-Z. So he was like, yo, you know, he's weird and he did this, and that's why we don't get along. And you know how that is, how people talk shit in interviews. And then at one point he starts saying, like, I understand though, like, yo, because you know, you're not a handsome, and he was saying it about Beanie Siegel too. He's like, yo, I get it. You're not a handsome guy. You don't understand what it's like to really be wanted by a woman, and they don't know nothing about picking up a woman and smashing her. They're not fucking their women properly. So they don't know nothing about picking up a girl and fucking her. Like, bro, like he can't pick up no girl. Like the girl's probably taller than him. You see how you see what I'm saying? Like you see here we bring up Oskino and you see how it just connects right back to what we're already talking about. I could just right there I could bring an example right back. It's crazy. I like when those hip hop interview channels stumble on black pill topics. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love when I'm watching Vlad and Vlad starts trying to talk as if like he's on equal footing with women. Like, you know, a lot of the women I've been with. Have any of you guys ever seen what Vlad look like? Vlad is an ugly Russian man. He's tall. He's like 6'3". So I'll say this. He's probably slept with women who truly desired him off of his size. I'll give you that. You know what I mean? Because his face is not so ugly that his height won't carry the word. I'll say that. But in general, Vlad is kind of on the cornier side. He's a corny white Russian guy who also wishes he was black. We get that kind of vibe from him, right? But like sometimes he starts talking as if he's this player or something like. And then certain guests have at times checked him and said that, bro, they're fucking with you because you're DJ Vlad and you have this big multi-million-dollar media company, not because of you. You know what I mean? I love whenever I hear that, it just you know that I love you. How many Marv over matter has a good definition of attractive levels of men. I saw a video of my fat cross-eyed friend saying he can't get a girlfriend and he was asking if someone could get him a girl in church. Crazy. The four quadrants or tiers are sexually attractive, sexually acceptable, sexually unacceptable, somewhat ugly, and sexually repulsive. I like that. I like that. Sexually acceptable. I feel like I'm like somewhere in between. The average female, I'm probably somewhere in a hybrid of sexually attractive and sexually acceptable. Like the average female sees me as either two, and that's how sex ends up happening. You know what I mean? And sexually attractive would be the difference between the two. I would say would be the guys who have like either one night stands all the time. Like you get a lot of women, but one night stands all the time, or like very short term fuck buddy type situations. Like your fuck buddy, you get a fuck buddy and you fuck her like three times and then she's gone. Like you know what I mean? You thought she was gonna be a regular for a while and then she's gone. That's like sexually acceptable. That probably means she found or went back to a guy who she found sexually attractive, who she really, really, really desired. You know what I mean? Like sexually acceptable means that she doesn't deeply desire. It's almost like she encounters you and she says, "Yeah, okay, yeah, I could work with you. Yeah, okay." Versus I see you and I'm like, you know what I mean? I have to have him. That's the difference between those two. And you know anything less than that is not even like who even that's not even worth even acknowledging. This is why I say some men are going to have to get plastic surgery. Piece of shit behavior comes mainly from the unattractive ones. The attractive ones usually reject you fairly. Yeah, Recca, I'm scary for not wanting to be a player because of STDs. STDs are real. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like I know people, and all of them are girls, but I know people who have had, not who have herpes and shit. So it's real. It's really real. You know what I mean? But and depending on where you live, AIDS and HIV is really real. It's real everywhere, but like some places it really spreads thin. Like you talking about like where there's millions of population, but only like 20,000 people have it. You know what I mean? And yeah, the way life tends to be so crazy and unfair, you might end up being the one of the 20,000 out of millions. But not to put that energy out there, but the point is, it's real. But there's a price to pay for everything, right? I've been around, man. I've been around. I've been around. Yeah, Oschino, crazy. All right, I think I'm just about caught up. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Tap in with me. Very neurotypical to the point that you could form connections like that to be one of the top interviewers on YouTube means he probably got genuine attraction. No, this is what I'm saying. I'm not saying that he's never had genuine attraction or. And here's another thing: Vlad likes black women. So this is like now we're adding another layer onto it, and not like half a layer, a full layer. That makes a big difference too to this. Vlad likes black, like literally exclusively likes black women. So we know that it's about the money because black women would the 90 some percent of black women say that when they fuck with other races of men, it's strict, especially white men, it's strictly about the because white men are viewed to be generous with their money. And I'm sure Vlad is generous with his money. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, he definitely probably has made genuine connections and I'm sure he's had, but I'm saying majority of his experience with women and definitely becoming rich and dealing with more beautiful women. Now most definitely the trend for him has definitely been some form of utilization as opposed to actual desire, actual mutual desire. Reckon, not gonna lie, my retention is ass. Can't keep a girl for shit. Bro, fuck boys do not retain women. Bro, guys that sleep with how many women we sleeping with dozens of women a year and shit like that. Bro, that lifestyle doesn't retain women. Because in that kind of a lifestyle requires a lot of emotional unavailability. It requires a lot of like the way you have to move, just the way it is. Just starting off with the way you have to go through the fickleness and you have to go through matches and talking to women and flakes and women playing and texting and all of that. You have to deal with all of that logistics and just getting a bitch to fucking spend time with you. Going through that and then some bitches don't fuck and then so just the whole game and then trying to navigate around bitches that want to play you and waste your time. So over time that just for men and women, just the whole hookup game of just meeting and dating and meeting different people tends to like desensitize people's emotions. And when you become like that, there's not going to be a lot of emotional value there dealing with you. And so a lot of women are going to move on really quickly, even if they had really good sex with you. Bro, a lot of women do not get attached. I'm telling you this personally from what I've seen. Like I've never seen a woman that can get attached. I don't think it exists. A woman can get attached to just good sex. And even if they say that it's the sex, it's not the sex, right? The sex is thrilling and don't get it wrong, it's intense. But it's something to do with her and the dude and the intensity between them and their relationship. There's a heavy emotional intensity part also, but she's saying that it's the dick because it kind of sounds kind of weird to say, my emotional intensity for him. Sometimes they'll say that, but and he might have really good dick, but it's not the dick because if there wasn't the intensity part emotionally and it was just the dick, then she wouldn't even necessarily even still be there. She would just enjoy it for what it is, and she will quickly move on. But if you're a fuckboy out here just fucking mad bitches, bro, you fuck 10 bitches, you'd be lucky if one girl stays around. I'm just real like honestly, a good long term fuck buddy, even or even a girl that you date, like and talk to and deal with for a while, like you'd be lucky to have one of those a year. Like one of those come along probably like once a year for me. So okay, let's really catch up now, man. If you're sexually attractive, you probably are in her forever man rotation. True. A guy who can always fuck her, yeah. Forever men, current starting five, bench rotations, friend zone. The burning desire can get you burned. Facts. Not to be a hater, but most of them rappers from the past and current that wasn't getting girls before the fame know that the money and fame changed their pussy rate. That happens with every generation figures that out. Recca, I think you have journalist energy. Okay, explain that to me more. Actually, explain that to me. Every time I tell somebody to explain, they don't. Explain that to me. I don't know about that black woman tolerate dusty white guys. Being a white, being a woman, like being a GM for a team, she has her starters, bench players. Yeah, but like, bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. Most women don't have like 10 dudes. Okay, I'd say the average female has like two men. Okay, like there's the man that she has, because this is not as simple as just always boyfriend and side nigga. Sometimes it's like it could be boyfriend who's like a simp, or he's like the guy that's there to take me out and spend time with me and you know do the boyfriend thing with me. And then this dude is like the side nigga, but he's the sneaky link, but he's strictly dickly. Like we don't talk, we might make a little joke here and there on the text when we're talking about linking up, but it's strictly fucking. Like I'm just sexually attracted to him. I just want him to fuck me. You understand? Some girls do it like that. Some at this point, whenever I get caught up is when I get caught up. Some girls, if you want me to catch up, stop commenting. Some girls do it that way. Some girls will have like a situationship who she's actually infatuated with this guy. So she actually genuinely likes him. She has emotional intensity, and she has high sexual intensity, and he's the guy right now. And he's the one she always wants to fuck and da da da. But because it's a situationship, there's other guys that get at her, and she's also confused about her situation with him. And so to take her mind and try to balance her emotions with him, then she'll go fuck this guy over here and guys that she doesn't care about, or and then sometimes a girl might have two men that she cares about both of them. Now it's damn near impossible for her to have two men that she's obsessed with, right? So she's either obsessed with one. Actually, not. If she's obsessed with one man, then the other guy is not as they has very little. Once a woman's obsessed with one man, it's pretty much it becomes all about him, and everybody else is worthless until that wears off. So I won't say that, but at best, both of these guys she's very fond of and very attracted to and likes. And then with everything I just said, there might be even other little fuck boys that she fucks here and there, and then there's simps, and then but women do not just have like 10 men that they're actively seeing and fucking. Like now they might go on 10 dates over the course of a couple weeks. You know what I mean? With random guys off of Tinder or whatever, or that they meet. They might do that. But as far as like being sexually active and actually spending physical and emotional energy with, impossible. So a lot of women at most will have like two men or three. And the third one is kind of insignificant because he's going to be the guy that's there just when the other two men are busy, or, you know, dating is dynasty fantasy football. Literally, Recca is living with family, an excuse of not getting put. Oh, I thought he was like saying that about me. I was like, what? He said, is living with family an excuse? It's not an excuse to not get pussy, but it's an excuse to not have like a consistent, well-oiled machine dating life, because a lot of girls might actually turn down not seeing you when they find out that you don't really have your own crib. Like a lot of girls don't want to. A lot of girls will do the card thing, but a lot of girls don't want to do the card thing. So a lot of girls on the dating apps will ask, like, if you bring up like, yo, like, come to my crib, they'll be like, do you have your own place? Because if you living with family, or if your roommate situation is way too intrusive, she's not gonna want to you know, and she might not want to fuck you in the car either. And let's say you don't even have a car. Now, y'all guys are gonna have to go find like some spot somewhere to fuck. And when you're 17 or some shit, or in high school, maybe 18, 19. But once you start getting like 22, 23, like now we need to start getting some wheels. Now we need a ride. Okay? So yeah, that can be an excuse, but not for not having a consistent sex life, but just being able to get pussy, that's no excuse. Because if a girl wants to have sex with you, she'll have sex with you outside in the park. I told you I had sex with that girl at the park at 2 o'clock in the morning this past summer. So it can happen if a girl wants to have sex with you. So it's not an excuse for no pussy at all. I've 25 never been in a relationship. I think getting a little relationship experience by 25 would have been beneficial just to experience it. Because those are some happy moments sometimes, you know? If you are her best sex partner, she'll remember you. Yeah. But I'm gonna be honest with you, some of what makes you a girl's best sex partner is you being her ideal dude that she wanted to have sex with. Right? So you having the body, the face, so the whole experience of how attracted and how much she was anticipating having sex with you in the first place. That sometimes, man, I'm gonna be honest with you, that can hold more weight than the actual sexual performance itself. Just how aroused that she's gonna be off of the situation. Just that arousal alone. So all his dick has to do is get hard, whether it's big, whether he knows how to stroke good. All his dick has to just do is get hard and insert inside of her, and it's gold. You see what I'm saying? That is way more of a powerful experience than you're to her, but then you have all these tricks and you know how to really put it down. You know what I mean? If that, I'm telling you, if that genuine desire is missing, bro, your efforts mean absolutely nothing. Just being honest. All right, I'm gonna catch up and then I'm gonna move inside because my phone's about to die. I'm gonna move inside um and then I'm gonna bring everybody on. If a girl showers with me, she really likes me. Actually, I'm gonna be honest. Showering with a girl is like some boyfriend type of shit. So if she's doing that with you, she sees you. That's almost like she sees you as somebody she could live with. Just think about that. Recca, what do you think would make a fuckboy stop being one? He would have to really just stop enjoying sleeping with multiple women and sleeping around. He would have to just truly just stop it. Like that would just have to stop being enjoyable to him. A lot of guys that was never enjoyable to them from the beginning, and they did it because they were trying to like, we hear this shit all the time. They were trying to find themselves or find fulfillment or whatever, and then they realize, the validation and the fulfillment wasn't gonna do it. And so that's when you start hearing guys talking about being empty inside and all of that. Because they were looking for something in it to begin with. And then when they found out there was nothing in it, they realized I don't really like this. And then that's when you see guys, you know, that's when you see that happen. And then okay, anyway, just watching my surroundings. And then yeah. So I'm gonna just start. Yeah, so that could be a reason. And maybe some guys just get tired of it, you know what I mean? Me, I love women and I love pussy beyond validation, beyond trying to find fulfillment or any of that type of shit. I really love what I always did. Since I was small, I was always a little freaky little motherfucker. Like, so I've always been that way. So for me, opportunity to just sleep with different women, as long as that provides itself until I'm old and, as long as that provides itself, I'm always just do it when I feel like it. So that's me. But everybody's different. Most rappers have fat white baby. Not most. Just because Little Dirk does doesn't mean most. I feel like you could talk about different things and articulate properly. Just orator skills, no glaze. I'm gonna think about that. I agree. So what kind of channel would I do other than this one? I agree. The women are sharing those 1 to 3 guys. Women crack me up when they say strictly dickly. If a woman had 100 women at a time, guys wouldn't go to fresh and fit comments to complain so much. It's true. Some how women have a body of 100 by the age of 21 can't get their dick wet. It's crazy. Most chicks I knew that were freshmen to juniors had anywhere between 0 and 30, with most being 5 to 15. I'm only assuming these estimates are real. So many chicks were telling me high numbers. Comfortably lying, but if she was gonna lie, she did a bad job. Best starter locks in your opinion. I already talked about that earlier. Just start them. Start them with two strand twists. That's what I did. I'd say depends on your hair length too. I'd say it's probably like 5 at most, 21. Back in the day, where women give you wallies commonly at parties, they still do it now. Talking about taking chicks home from parties, it's common now, bro. It's just that it doesn't happen for most guys. It's common now. It happens now. I see it all the time, and I've had it. I've done it. If you were to have a room full of 100 guys, it would be 5 guys who would maybe get easy sex from them, while the rest would have to offer a relationship to get them. Actually, more than not, most of those guys wouldn't even get them at all, relationship or not. I did give them boyfriend energy, so that makes sense. I don't know how guys fuck on the first link because most women aren't attractive enough for me to take home the first night. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, man, my boy Ign Cog. How many bodies did you end with in 2025? Like 50. I think the same number I did last year. It could have been a one or two more, but it was either 52, 53, or 4. But I remember I matched what I did last year, but I think it might have been 53 or 4. Because the end of the year just got real slow, and even January just got real slow. Like November, December, and January was slow as fuck. For obvious reasons, I'm gonna be honest with you. For obvious reasons, I ain't right now. I don't know how much longer. We'll see how this works out. But right now, I'm only supposed to be fucking with one chick. So guys will say women have 100 bodies, yet also say their standards are too high. Y'all need to make up your mind. Facts. I think you could do social commentary, travel, hip hop, and technology. I'm gonna think about it. I've thought about that before. It's over geomaxing or nothing. Hope all is well and 26 blesses you. Yeah, man. Salute to you. I'm about to drop the link and let everybody on, or whoever wants to come. Asking another man how many bodies he ended the year with is very nah. Let him do his thing. Yeah, man. Yeah, it does tire you out mentally. It definitely does tire. But understand something. I don't chase and pursue though. But just the game of trying to have women in your life, it can get tiring. It's tiring for everybody. Just dating in general for men and women is can be tiring. I know I'm not talking about it. And don't come on and ask me about it. I'm not talking about it. Or if you do come on, just holler at me on Instagram. But I'm not talking about it on here though. I don't even want to talk about that dumb shit of smashing the head with a hammer. All right, so I'm gonna drop the link. Whoever wants to come in can come in. Just give me a couple minutes. I'm gonna go downstairs. All right. Okay, how many of y'all are still here? I just don't. I just can't. I just can't leave because I live with my mom. Complete incel. Now, anyway, so I dropped the link. I'm pretty sure. So if anybody want to come on, let me know if you see the link. So we are 2.5 hours. So around the 3 hour mark, I'm gonna call it a night. Yeah, I plan on doing videos on it for sure. Definitely, definitely, those videos will be coming. All right, so we got somebody. Yo, what's
Hey,
good?
what's up, RECCA?
What's up, man?
Shit, just chilling. Hey, what's it called? Like, I was trying to elaborate on what I was saying earlier. How, like, sometimes they tell us dudes about how, like, oh, you gotta, like, the pussy is the prize and shit like that. But say when you get it, that shit don't even be that good. Like real shit. Like I've had that experience. Like I'm not gonna lie, I'm not an incel or anything like that, but I've had a lot of substandard experiences throughout my whole life just growing up. Like that's been my fate. Like real shit. I can't even lie. But it's like that shit. It's like even though it's like you're not even in a position to want to get like to like have the choice to say, but that shit don't even be good, and you know that shit to yourself. It don't even be worth the squeeze the juice.
Yeah, basically, it's we're really running behind something, but at the same time, we're like naturally hardwired to run behind it anyway. But in general, it's just like when you wanted that new toy or whatever, your mom was gonna buy you something and you anticipated it for a week or however many days. Like, okay, 2 days left, and then you get it and you fuck with it in the moment for like maybe the first day, couple days, and then bro, you just put it down and you just never fuck with it again. Because it's just like the novelty of it is not the same. You know, and so that will make you wonder: was it even worth it to wait all that time? Where I was just constantly thinking, just waiting, waiting, waiting for Friday for when my mom take me to get that new game or whatever when you were a kid. And it's the same shit. So it's the same shit where you ask, was all the simping and shit that guys do, is it worth it? The tricking, is it worth it? You know? Now, I'll tell you this whole thing that people try to downplay sex, I don't know about that. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be honest, I don't know about that. Because sex is most definitely, I I do understand how crazy, you know what I mean? Shit gets over. I understand it, but at the same time, it's like, what the fuck? But yeah,
Yeah, because I'll say that's been my experience for real. But like, it's like growing up, especially, well, I'll say really when I was younger in high school, I used to actually I used to not have it so bad. But when you stop growing and you're an adult and you see how the preferences change and shit, it's like you realize where you really were meant to stand. It's like, damn, but yeah,
it's
it's like
facts.
I'll say I've been lazy though. Mostly like most like the times I've ever got it was really through like personal encounters. I've never been a simp type of dude or some shit like that. Probably the biggest simping shit I've ever did was like keeping a conversation going that had died a long time ago, like hitting up bitches, like shit I did in like when I was like a freshman, sophomore in high school. But I've never like wasted money or anything like that, blew up a bitch
Yeah.
phone outside of that.
No, no, no. I hear that. Definitely. Yeah, cause it's crazy, man. It's
Yeah,
super crazy.
cause it's like I'm at the age now. It's like it's like real shit. You feel like you deserve certain things as you get older. Like I don't think I'm that bad, real shit. But it's like
Exactly.
being short. It's like being 5'7". That's not that's some shit. These hoes they don't really want that.
Yo, the thing you guys have to understand, like any of you guys that's short and shit, you have to just understand this is the reality of the situation. You pretty much are automatically no girl's ideal type as soon as
Exactly,
you're
that's true. It,
as
it,
soon
it
as
is
you're
what it
below
is. Yep.
as soon as you're below average, as soon as you're below like 5'9", automatically you're unideal. So you have to just take your experiences for what they are. You have to understand where you stand, and find out. You have to find like a happy medium, or like a middle ground between the women who are attracted to you enough to treat you well and the women that you're really attracted to. That's going to be your hardest thing balance that you have to do, because of your height. Yeah, you might, if you have a decent enough face and your swag and everything is on point, you'll still get a lot of women. You might get it just as much women as the Chads and the Tyrone. Well, okay, actually not just as much, not even nowhere close. But you'll still have a lot of experiences to talk about, just like how they do. But here's the thing: a lot of the women that you'll be dealing with are not gonna deal with you really well. You know
Yep,
what I
that's
mean?
true. That's
Attitudes, attitudes, disrespect, and if you listen to the manosphere, they're gonna tell you it's your fault and you don't act like a man. But really, if you really sit down and you really pay attention to it, it really is just a girl not liking you. If you really sit down and
exactly.
look at what all of that is. So the thing I'm saying here is basically what was I fucking saying before I said that? I was talking about fuck, what was I talking about before I made that statement?
Oh no, you were just
Well,
talking about like when you're below average, it's like you're no woman's type, and that's true. Like you
yeah,
see that,
yeah,
it's like you have a
yeah,
lot of these guys that say you got to be 6 feet tall or else you're not gonna get any chicks. That's completely false. Like the dude
yeah,
I've
but
seen that had the most power was an average height dude, but yeah, when you're below average, there's no compensating for it.
yeah. I was basically saying how your job is gonna be, if you can even get women at all. So if you're a short guy and you get women, your what you're gonna end up finding yourself having to do is, okay, you have women that you like or that you're attracted to, you're sleeping with them, but they disrespectful or they hard to, like, it's not a good experience psychologically dealing with them. But you're attracted to them though. You understand? And then on the other end, right? On the other end of it, um, you can deal with unattractive women who are gonna treat you well. Fat women and shit, like just women that you know that you don't really want. And you probably can't even stomach to even kiss. You understand? And you have to find, because there will be some women that's in there that you're really attracted to, who also, for whatever reason, they're really attracted to you too, and then they don't give you the same headache that. But those ones only come around every once in a while. The amount of women that I deal with and link and whatever, probably like a couple times a year. So basically, I'm dating just for a couple times a year, basically. So that's basically gonna be, if you, for all you guys that are like 5'5", 5'6", 7'8". That's basically what you're. If you don't have issues with, this is why when people talk about knowing short guys who have women, or seeing short guys, that's not the complete. That's not the complete story,
Exactly.
because what experience is he having? Because I know that every short guy that I know, even the guys that have good faces, pause, but guys that have good looking faces and stuff that are, every single short guy that I know just has just stories of just fuckery, basically. Yeah, there's good experiences too. Don't get it twisted. We have good experiences too. We have great one night stands and we fuck bitches and we this and that. But at the end of the day, there's a lot of bullshit in it. He has a fucking miserable ass baby mom, and like it's just. I remember him telling me this nightmare story about um like this is years ago when he was like 20 or 19 or something. Some girl fucking he was dating cheated on him, but the dude was like he's like 5'7", about like he's basically literally the same size as me, but he kind of looks like Tyson Beckford a little bit, right? And so basically, girl was cheating on him, but the dude that she basically cheated on him and left him for was some dude that was like 6'3". He played ball, dark skinned dude, athletic dude, and basically they had an altercation, the two guys and her, and the guy ended up knocking him out, and that's why he started going to the gym. But like this is the maybe it doesn't get that extreme to where you get knocked out, but like getting cheated on for a dude who's clearly like it's obvious why she cheated on you with him. If both of you were stand next to each other, but like those kind of experiences and just dealing with women who just like if you really bottom line it all, deep inside she doesn't really want to be with you. She deep inside she wishes that you were somebody else, and that's what creates that type of energy. But long story short, if you're a short guy, that's basically what you're destined for, dealing with women. Either you're gonna deal with unattractive women that deal with you well, but you're gonna be miserable because you ain't attracted to her. Or if you can deal with women who, if you can deal with women who are attractive, you have to deal with them not really deep inside fucking with. They might have enough physical attraction to you to want to have sex with you, and they might even like you just because. See, understand, it's not like all the way to the left or all the way to the right. Like they might be attracted to you enough and even like you enough to want to even fuck with you and to even have sex with you. But it's the parts of them that doesn't really like you that causes the issues. So basically, you're never gonna get full desire. Your height is blocking you from fully being desired, basically. So
Yeah, I definitely agree with that shit. Like that's definitely the conclusion that you end up coming to. Cause it's like just like how you said, like you deal with some chicks that they wish they were somebody else. That was literally like my last situation. You could
yeah,
just tell by the energy. It's like she wasn't all that good herself. But yeah, but it's like at the same time, it's not in me. Just like I can accept, it's like that's what it's been for me since some time. So it's like you get used to it. Like I've always been level headed and like able to see what things really are. But yeah,
hold
it's
on,
totally true. Like it's totally true. Like the
hold
treatment,
on,
because I
hold
say
on. My
that's
boy,
the one thing that's the worst.
yeah, my boy Jay Meeks up in here. Salute, salute. Hold on, let me drop a link. Hop in, hop in, hop in. But yeah, bro, you got anything else?
No, I mean, well, I say yeah, just really like those experiences and like just like how you were saying with dating apps. Like I never tried that shit before. Like I've only like interacted with people in person. Like I've been lazy as hell, but it's like I'm at the age where I should really. I want to see exactly what it is. Like no, like everything cutthroat. So I want to see
Exactly.
what I'm gonna get into. It's like fuck it. It's like you're at an age. It's like what do I have to lose? If you're already in this position.
Real shit. Real shit. Well, yo, I'm gonna throw you back in, bro.
Hell yeah,
But
appreciate you,
thanks
man. It
for
was good
calling in.
speaking with you.
Hell yeah. All right, man. My boy Joe Will. Shout out to my boy. All right, let's get this nigga up here. My
Yo,
man
yo, yo.
Meeks.
What's up?
What's going on, bro?
There, just came
Yeah.
from work, man.
Okay.
Yeah, just came from work, man.
So what's
Cashier
up?
job. It's been
Yeah,
good,
yeah.
man. School, work, just another day, man.
Okay.
Yeah. What's up with
Mhm.
you? How's the
I'm
New Year's
just
been?
good, bro.
Good,
I
good.
just moved cribs and shit, so
Mm-hmm.
the vids are about to come back up.
That's
The
nice.
vids are
That's
about to
nice.
come through.
I've been
Yeah,
missing your videos though, man. You haven't been
yeah, they
posting, but
coming.
I know
Yeah,
why.
they coming. They coming.
Good, good, good.
They go. What you mean? You know why? What's why?
Bro, the donations, man. You didn't say we
Oh,
ain't getting
oh,
no videos until you donate for Christmas season.
yeah. That was
Yeah.
true too. That is true
I
still.
soon drop in the Patreon soon though. I soon join the Patreon.
Yeah, cause Patreon. I'm thinking because there's a guy. He always asks me to do those spiritual videos, and
Yeah.
I just been pondering on. I think Patreon is where I'm gonna do them.
Yeah.
I think
'Cause you gotta
Patreon is
let
where.
these people work for your videos, because your videos are goated, bro.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So yo, what's the convo? What's the convo?
Well, we just generally talking, like, but we were just talking about
Biology, nature.
yeah, basically, but we were just talking about you. The last guy brought up he was short, and I was basically just saying to all the guys that are watching that short,
You know,
or
I
like
was at a
if you're
basketball game.
hang on,
Oh,
bro.
okay, 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 okay.
If you're short, I was just saying that if you're short, you're basically automatically not a girl's ideal
Yeah,
man,
I
just
agree.
by default.
Yeah.
And so I was basically saying you just have to accept that, and then
Mm-hmm.
after you accept that, you just have to embrace the women that
Come to
because
you.
the thing
Yeah.
about being shorter, but specifically if you're like 5'5", 6'7", 5'8", like somewhere there,
Yeah.
there's women that's gonna be attracted to you and want to have sex with you
Yeah.
and even like you,
Yeah.
but your height and probably even other flaws that you have, but height probably being the main thing
You
is
know,
going
I
to
agree.
is going to cause like there's going to be like a void in the attraction,
Yeah.
and the void in the attraction causes them to be a headache to deal with,
Yeah.
so
It's
you're
like
automatically
they're
always
missing something that makes them like
mm,
behave themselves. I know what you're saying.
exactly,
It's like in their feet. It's like in their nature. You know.
it's instincts,
It's
yeah.
like for instance, I remember when I was younger and I was short, and my cousins, my girl cousins, they're like would be older and they're taller, but like because they're taller, they act more dominant. You know. Then
Yeah.
now I'm like 6'5", bro. Like they respect me. You know.
Yeah, so basically, that's what you're basically destined to with the women that you're attracted to. Now, you can go get a fat girl or something like that,
Yeah.
and she'll probably love you off. But like again, I'm usually talking about the women that you're gonna want. Like they're
Yeah.
not gonna. You're gonna have to just. You're gonna you. A lot of times, you just gonna have to learn to just fuck women
Mm-hmm.
and just like pretty much anything else around that is what it is.
Yeah. You know,
But
I'm in college, bro. As I told you already, man. And I have a friend, like he's like 5'1" or something. And bro, we're at a basketball game at my sister's high school. And you could see him like, bro, the girls would be there and they're so over him, man. And all of his other, like I think he has two cousins or brothers. And the girls would like acknowledge the brothers and don't see him. I'm looking at the stands and looking at him like, damn, that's so
it's
brutal, you
crazy.
know?
It's crazy. It's super crazy.
Yeah.
But it's real though. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Am I in this bit?
What up, man?
Yo, Rat. Yo,
What's up, bro?
Rat.
My nigga,
Yo,
man.
how you been doing, bro?
Been
Bro,
chilling.
I'm gonna hit you about that situation because what?
Yeah.
What? I was,
No, it's not actually what it is.
oh shit, bro.
But yeah.
Okay, okay. This was up. This was up, man. I don't know. I sent what I sent earlier, but my laptop died. But yeah, I got burnt, bro. I
Yeah,
finally got
I
burnt.
saw it. I saw it.
That
Like I
shit.
said, that's just what comes with the game. At
Yeah,
some point, it just is what it is, bro. It's coming if you're gonna engage in that life.
yeah. Nah, that shit was crazy. That shit was crazy. It's my first time too, with the amount that I've been with and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this has been crazy. But yeah, man. You gonna start like posting like new content again and shit, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
as early as this week.
Oh shit. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
how many you finished with this year?
Last year.
Mm-hmm.
Last year. I'm trying to remember. I think, and you might think this is cap, but I swear to God, it's not. Um, I'm pretty sure I ended off like close to like 63. I think
Yeah, that's
63.
believable.
Yeah, yeah, 63, 64. Um, yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. And this past January I did like 6. So
Okay.
yeah, this has been it's been a pretty good start. In total though, like because so obviously I reached out to you when I first like moved out like on my own and shit like that. I think that was like last year February I reached out to you and you made
Okay.
all them videos and shit like that and you know you gave me the game and everything and I applied it. So really like it hasn't fully been a year like well in a couple of weeks it's going to fully be a year, mark a year. So I guess
Okay.
65, 66. But yeah, that shit forever, forever grateful for you for putting me on to that shit, just being direct. You know what I mean? Like
Nah, bro. That's the secret.
literally.
That's the secret to it's not necessarily the secret to getting women, but it's the secret to like just really just creating a situation where it's consistent and it's
Mhm.
just always active. You know, even when you're waiting to get the next link, like you
Yeah.
don't know which one it's gonna be. This girl just gave you a number. This you just matched this girl. She seems like she's down.
Mhm.
And so if you want to consistently have that happening, you know,
Yeah.
you have to get rid of the ones that like just be quick to get rid of the ones that are just wasting time. And that's
Yeah.
what slows shit down and makes it frustrating, you know?
That ass. You right. You
Mhm.
right. That ass. One thing though, I gotta mention, bro. Like I'm pretty sure it's because of my location, bro. But the black girls out here do not fuck with me, bro. Like
Yeah,
it's
cause I'm gonna be honest with you, because to them you're gonna be too whitewashed to
yeah,
them.
that's true.
And so and that's anywhere in the world that's here, you know, where I'm at.
Yeah.
So where I'm at is pretty multicultural even.
Yeah.
So
That's true. That's true. That's true.
and
It's some places like that, but
Arizona, I guess is more on some Cali type shit, like the
yeah.
black
Yeah,
people,
they definitely they definitely more like I don't know if you ever heard of like it's like the valley, like oh my gosh, oh my
or the
god.
Valley Boy, or that Valley Boy accent.
Yeah, yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
there's this place here called Ottawa. It's the capital of Canada,
Type.
and a lot of like a lot of like the black or even just people who are not white,
Yeah.
but a lot of the black people and stuff like that talk with that Valley, like the accent is very Valley boyish. But
Yeah. Okay.
okay, so like, but I'm talking about the urban black people though in
Mhm.
Arizona.
Yeah, to be fair, like there's not really a lot out here.
Because if
So
you're saying the black girls are not fucking with you, but they're more on some like white girl shit anyway.
yeah,
But then again, you know what? A lot of girls who are like whitewashed, they like white guys. So that probably could be why too.
yeah. Nah, it's because okay, so the past 2 chicks I linked up, like they came to the crib and they didn't fuck and they were both black. One of them's from one of the countries I'm from too, so it's like damn near like what, you know?
What do you mean she didn't fuck though? Why? Or
She
like
just
what? Or like how is
that
she moving?
yeah, so she it's crazy too. You're gonna be like, what the fuck? This never happens. This has only happened one other time, and you could probably relate to this shit where like a girl spent the night in your bed and like nothing happened. But it's not even like I wasn't trying to, you know, make a play or anything. Like I dead ass had this girl naked and everything. She just would not let it progress to that. You know what I mean? But it's so weird too, right? Because just like you, that's the one thing that I fucking notice. When a girl comes over and she does not hook up, like that's the last time you're gonna see that girl. Like you're not gonna see her
What
again.
what usually happens there? That girl usually is fucking somebody already,
But here,
and
check me out. Check me out. Here's the
Mhm.
thing though. So I was assuming that, right? And so she left, and like I didn't hear from her the whole day. And mind you, she like followed me on Instagram and everything like that. So I just like, she posted a story because I told her, text me when you get home. She posted a story, and I'm like, oh yeah, she's definitely not fucking with me because, you know, it's not like she's not on her phone or anything. She could definitely reach out. And on top of that, it's just the way the night went. Like I just never felt like she was fucking with me. Anyway, because of that, I removed her, right? I removed her like off my gram. I didn't block her or like I didn't do no petty shit. I just removed her off my gram and I unfollowed her, right? Like literally an hour, 2 hours later, this girl was blowing up my phone, like blowing up like fucking crazy. And I'm like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? So I'm thinking it's some shit, right? In my head, you know, like I'm low-key thinking, like, I don't know, like she might be trying to, I don't know, like set me up or something. I don't know. So I pick up and I'm just like, what's going on? Like, what's up? And she's like, why did you remove me? Why did you block me? All types of shit. And her energy was coming off very, this girl, so for context, she's like more, she gives me more like DMV, you know, like she's got a little, she looks dead ass like the sexier version of Sexy Red. Like she dead ass gives me that type of vibe, right? And
Okay.
so you know, yeah, she's giving me, you know, that, that's that like that attitude. You know what I mean? Like she's like, why the fuck did you do that? Like
Yeah,
you're
she's
weird.
sassy.
Yeah, sassy, just being sassy. And I'm just like, yo, I just thought you weren't fucking with me. So, you know, I just removed you because I thought that was it. You know, that was just gonna be the end of it. And she kept saying, well, you didn't reach back out to me. You didn't reach back out to me. I was waiting for you to text me.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. She might have actually been.
Yeah, so
That's why she's hitting you up.
that's the conclusion that I've come to because now she's like been blowing up my phone and shit like that.
Yeah, just have her come back over and just fuck it. She
Yeah,
probably did just want to wait till the next time.
yeah,
It's like whatever, you know.
yeah. But still, that shit's just like, even then though, like last year, like ma- and that's another thing too because I'm not one of those dudes. I'm just like you, bro. Like I like all types of women, and I especially love black women. You know, but I think just being out here is just not ideal for that. You know what I
Like
mean?
you're gonna have to move back or just move somewhere else. Like
Yeah.
honestly.
I'm definitely trying to tap into Toronto, bro. And I need, bro, the Snap game does not work out here, bro. The Snapchat game, at least for me, that shit does not work out here. I don't know what it is. I know it's like it could be like a good option because you're like on there doing your thing.
I'm not gonna lie, like especially because a lot of what your shit is like white girls and shit. It's
Yeah,
not that white girls are not on Snapchat hooking up and shit like that, but when it comes to like interracial and Snapchat and stuff, I don't know. Still,
it just
I
don't.
noticed, I noticed Snapchat is kind of like a lot of people just fuck with their own races and shit.
Yeah,
So
like most.
it's a lot of black people, like it's a lot of black people getting together with other black people on Snap, and it's a lot of
Mhm.
white getting with other white and just focusing on that, like the friends, whoever they're dating, fucking. There's a lot of that on Snapchat versus. But then you know what? It's a lot of like Tyrone's fucking with white chicks too and stuff. So, but in
Mhm.
general, you're in a place where there's a lot of white girls, and as a black guy, it's just like it's already a high competition. It's just as high competition as the dating apps because
Yeah,
all the girls have like their friend request boxes filled. You know.
yeah. No, that's true. Just like Instagram too.
Mm-hmm.
Instagram's a good play, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Like
Yeah.
Instagram.
No, but
A good play.
your profile is different than
Yeah,
what most guys are gonna have. So
true.
it's not a play for most guys.
That's
It's
true.
it's not even it's not a play for me either. It's
That's
just
true.
it's just you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I heard what you're saying.
Mhm.
I definitely heard what you're saying. But that's another thing too. I wanted to talk to you about, right?
Okay.
Because I'm I'm not big on like how do I put it? I don't want to call myself a chatter tower. I don't believe in that, right? But
Hmm.
most dudes I'll tell them what I'm doing. They'll see my Instagram. People like, they have this assumption that because of how I look and everything, I'm just like drowning in pussy, and like everything is easy. But that's not the case. And
Mm.
I feel like with a lot of these incels, they glamorize these Chads and Tyrones, and they think if they get to this looks threshold, like everything just becomes easy and like just girls just start,
Yeah, it's not easy. It's
not.
not easy for anybody. The only thing is, once you do get to the Chad and Tyrone level, it does get to the point where it just seems like there's always an option there or
Yeah.
options there. Like for what like true Chad and Tyrone's, for what I've seen from them, there's always a female that they like or really like that really deeply cares about them and shit like that and is like just down for them. There's always gonna be at least one girl there that's like that. Now, even if majority of the girls they try to get with are still gonna, you know, give issues just like everybody else has to deal with, they still, they still have that. They still have a lot of options in terms of women who flirt with them when they're out in public and
Mhm.
at their jobs and whether they go out into nightlife, women that's gonna come up to them, or whether they're able to pull a girl home from the club, or you know those things are though it is easy in that aspect, but they still, with the girls that you really want, you still have to deal with the frustration of, you know but in other aspects it's still kind of easy compared to what the average guy has to deal with.
Mhm. Yeah, no.
So I
I
think
yeah.
that's what people mean when they're saying easy.
Yeah, and that's what most guys want at the end of the day too. They want a relationship and shit like that.
A lot of guys secretly that's what they want. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Like right now I'm enjoying this, but I definitely and I've watched your videos on like your thoughts on relationship and a lot of what you said I'm aligned with too. But I don't know, like wouldn't you want to have like a kid or some shit, like pass down like your seed? You know what I mean? Like have you ever thought of that? Like you getting to that point now, you know?
Yeah, but not in. I don't really want a family though.
Yeah.
I don't like. I'm just not interested in that kind of a setup. But definitely, just having kids. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I know that sounds crazy to some people that you would want to have kids, but not even be with the mom. But it's just like from what I've seen, just the way the world just is at this point,
Yeah.
it just doesn't really make sense. Like things just don't work out, and it's just not. It's too high risk
No, I hear what you're
to
saying.
be with a woman in that level of capacity.
Yeah.
So, but at the same time, you do need, like, I don't know, you still need that anchor in your life to some degree. Like, I can't deny that that's a thing, but
Mm-hmm.
you know. But anyway, I gotta
That's
get out of
definitely
here. I gotta get out of here. So we're gonna end this off.
yeah, no, that's good. I'm definitely gonna tap in next time for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, and I'll be right back. I might come back tomorrow or whatever. But
For sure,
so
for sure.
thanks to everybody for coming through.
Yes, sir.
We'll talk, of course. And salute to everybody in the chat, man. Thanks for coming through. I might be back tomorrow.
Double V.
Salute, salute, salute me. Salute
All
meets.
right, Rec. I'm gonna catch you on the flip.
All right, truly.
All right.
When you gonna stream again?
Probably tomorrow.
Which time? Which time?
We'll see. I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
But all right, man.
All right, man. Have a good one, man.
You too.